what laptop are you using a desktop to stream or laptop? Laptop. Okay. What's your configuration? Is it like a powerful gaming laptop? Mm, okay, okay, okay. No, I mean like when I mean configuration, like is it an i7, i5? Okay, seventh generation. Okay, your RAM. Okay, and put it there. Okay, 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 okay. I want
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is do we call it match day 3? We saw match day 1 on Tuesday, we saw match day 2 on Wednesday, and now we're seeing match day 3. Match day 3 on Thursday. This is NPL season 5. This is NPL season 5. Okay, all right. So, yes, as I was saying, guys, this is NPL season 5, match day 3 of the semifinals. And what today I'm glad to announce to you guys that yes, in as much as I am hosting, I have Tony in the audio session with me, or in the commentary session with me. So if you guys can hear Tony,
Yo, what's up?
I believe, yeah. I mean, you guys will see this in about 5 minutes time, but yeah, you guys should probably be hearing Tony in the background co-casting with me. Tony, how you doing, bro?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm good. I'm great. I'm glad to be here to be able to cast alongside with you on the teams. I wanted to be here yesterday, but
Okay.
really couldn't, as there was, an overlap between, some other competition. But right now we're here and we're about to take a look at the violence that was happening. I was watching from the stream yesterday, and my goodness, it was absolutely amazing.
I know, right?
Let's see how it's going to be today. There's this thing that I usually do whenever I'm co-casting with someone, right? I usually say, what team are we going to give the caster curse or blessing at the beginning of the game? Now, I'm very good at predicting who becomes like, the who gets blessed. Who gets blessed, okay? I'm very, very good at that. Now, because I have my guys in stream here today, so I can't really, wait, let me see. Are they playing this match? If they're not playing the head.
But so, wait, who are your guys?
I'm going to give my own to active gaming.
Active gaming?
Active gaming, yeah.
Honestly, I'm going to. Oh, wait. Oh, well, yeah. But do you know we used to be PUBG buddies back then? Because I remember your name was Tony Ebro or something.
Yeah.
So we used to be PUBG friends back then. My name has always been Maki. I was in 6 Guns.
Oh, yeah.
I was in 6 Guns. How do you think I know of what's it called? Wild Breed and all. Back then it was a really crazy scene, honestly.
We're going to talk about that later. Anyways, there was some action going down between the guys 0-3 right now. I think they took down one player. I'm not sure. I think it was one.
Yes, it was one guy. 0-3 Shark was the one that got the knock. He just got off his bike, got the knock, and took to his heels once again.
Okay, so the boys from 0-3 have landed now in Pochinki.
Okay.
And although they're still driving their vehicle, I'm not sure if they're going to stop right now and try to get into the action, but we can already see them. I do believe they've stopped right now. So it's a 3v3 situation, and guys, just take this on.
So 0-3 brothers, they're with no gaming. You can already see Shark tossing a smoke. Easter, I don't think he looks concerned there. Evil, on the other hand, of course, he's reloading his DP28. Magic has received shots, though. I'm wondering who he engaged with. But I do see 0-3 brothers retreating. I don't know if they are going to regroup and come back later, or they're actually going away like then they jackpot.
Well, taking a look at this, it does look like the boys from 0-3 are just deciding to leave this particular position and, just kind of like rotate. I'm not sure exactly what the plan was, but, sometimes it's just that situation where you're just like, you know what, let's push on to this particular position. Maybe, we're not going to see any team there. And, it'll be like that sometimes, but, when you make that move, you decide, if
it's not worth it.
So it's not working. It's not working. So yeah, they probably decided, you know what, let's get out of this situation. Especially because they're a three-man squad right now. They're
Exactly.
obviously trying as much as possible to, keep things safe and continue to gather those points. But I mean, one of the things we're talking about before now is who are giving the caster curse and blessing. Mine is going to the boys from Active Gaming, of course. I think
Active
I
gaming.
wanna give them my support in
No, but
this one.
that one
Uh,
can be considered as maybe nepotism or something. Maybe.
yes, let us consider it as that. Let's consider it as that. Exactly.
No,
Let's
at
consider
least
it as
okay,
that.
okay, okay. Let's put
Let's.
let's put
I'm not
active
even
gaming
denying it.
aside. Let's put active gaming aside. Who would you go for?
Mhm. Okay, so to be realistic,
Okay.
if I was to think about the team that had the best chance of winning, definitely I would say the boys from Citizens.
So I
Citizens
was
would
also
be
going to
like my
follow
number
the
one.
train on Citizens. Honestly, they put up quite
Mm,
a good show. Not even quite a good show. They put up a very good show
yeah,
for us yesterday.
yeah. Yeah. So aside from the show that they put off as,
Mm-hmm.
a team, you have to understand, like,
Mm-hmm.
the structure behind them, the way they're playing, the mentality of the players,
Okay.
you know the way how hard they've been working for a very long time.
But
You
then
understand?
during the quarterfinals, Citizens were not really popping off, if you could remember. It was only super
Yeah.
weekends they were popping off.
Yeah, because I mean again, during before you qualify for Super Weekends, yeah, you're not really like trying as much as possible to overperform or anything like that. What you really want to do, in those situations is to try to,
Okay.
should I say just qualify for the Super Weekend. But when
Mm-hmm.
the Super Weekend comes now, then that's when you're then trying to like show yourself, because that's the leaderboard that actually counts. So during the week, you're just trying to qualify.
Okay.
You understand? So you don't
Okay.
you don't need to do too much. Just do the barest minimum to qualify. You can experiment, do whatever you like, push anyhow, do whatever. You
Okay.
understand? Yeah, but it's the weekend that really
That really
counts.
matters.
To continue to gather those points. Yeah.
Hmm. But then, what do you think about O3? O3 were very, very consistent throughout the qualifying rounds. That's the league plays during the week, and then the Super Weekend, they kept their consistency with countless chicken dinners.
I think that You know, when I look at O3, I think it's such a great job that Nexus has done. A lot of people obviously know this. Like he's put up a very strong team, especially with him, with Schnitz coming in. They have a lot of experience coming in from other clans that they have been in the past,
Okay.
and that obviously is working out for them in the way that they are, playing right now. And I think it's actually a great job. But before we keep on talking about that, we do have the boys from Old Guards and Extremists getting really close to each other. We should keep an eye on that.
Okay.
Old Guard is somewhere around Mansion. Surge from Active Gaming is rotating around there. We might see some, yeah,
Some
maybe
sort
he
of
might get into
third
danger
party
there.
something.
Yeah, sort of third party. So we'll just keep an eye on that and see, what is probably going to happen. But going back to the boys from O3, um, I do think that O3 is such a good team. We haven't really seen their last, I mean, I don't think we've even seen the best of them. Like I've watched them, not
Really?
just in MPL, in other competitions. Yeah, yeah, I think they're even better than what we're seeing, right? I think that they're very organized. I love the way they organize. I love the way they push. I love the way they attack as a team, because for me, it's not just about you being OP, and that's what Citizens Gaming has. Like it's not about individual brilliance. I don't even think that they have like, but they have really good players, no doubt. But I don't even think that these clans are the best because they have like the best shooters or the players with the best KD or whatever it is. But I
Mm-hmm.
think they just have some organization, some seriousness, a drive about them that is just
Someone
it's just
passed.
positioning them,
Mm-hmm.
better when they take on their fights. Yeah.
Someone passed the comment in the chat yesterday that they are always aggressive, always aggressive, and it shows in their fight.
Yeah, exactly. So if you look at let's even use Citizens as a case study, right? You have 11, you have seven got it. Now I'm gonna put my opinion down clearly. The first time I heard that 7 was going to be an IGL or in Citizens, I was like, my God, like 7 is. I personally felt like he wasn't at that level.
Okay,
But
you
my
questioned his
goodness,
competence.
I question, like personally, I didn't tell anyone this, but I questioned it to myself. Oh my goodness, when I started seeing the performances, I was like, my God, what a beautiful thing. What a beautiful performance coming in from Citizens. And you can clearly see that obviously when he stepped into that team, he made it better, right? So this was a player that when it comes to the competition comes in, I wasn't really thinking he was going to do well, but he came into Citizens and he performed excellently. And you can see that whenever he's in the team, he's obviously improving their play style. Like I feel personally, I feel like Citizens are a lot better
With
every time
him
I
being
see
the IGL.
seven in that team. You understand? With him being the agile, with him being there, and of course with different guys like Kumalala, with this their new
That guy is
guy.
good. The
I'm finding,
Malala guy.
of course, Kumalala is very good. I played with him, and I mean he's well known. He was in fair at some points. He was like he's a well known player. Like we all know he's good. There's no doubt. 11-2 is another very raw, very good gun skill player, but like other fraggers, they obviously need like someone to tell them, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this, do that. So 11 is sort of that player. He's smart, he's good, he's a great scout, all those kind of stuff. He's good. All these players are good. Citizens always had good players. But I think the difference for me was 7 coming in as the IGL. Then they have this other guy this season, this Ted something. I don't know how to pronounce his full name, but the Ted guy. I don't know where I don't know where that is just really smart. He's able to hold his 1v1s. He's able to hold those very tough situations where he needs to grind things out, and you need players like that sometimes. So the combination of smart IGL, those kind of players like Ted, players like 11 who remain consistent, and like Kuma is what's putting them
Keeps
at
them
that edge
moving.
and making them a very tough team to fight. Yeah.
So we can all attest to the fact that they have our blessing to win the game.
Yeah. I think they are. I mean, for me, whenever I see them on, in the game, my heart, that's why my heart keeps beating. Like boom, 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 citizens, boom, boom, boom.
So then, how about the curse? Who gets our curse for the game or for this first game? Even though we have some people already suffering.
So it's a blessing and curse. You understand? Like whoever you say is going to win they call it the caster's curse, but it can be a blessing too. So if they win, you say they got the caster's blessing. If they lose early on, you say the casters have cursed them. You understand? So it's the same thing.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So I think, who's going to be your own since I've chosen?
My own, I'm going to go for Old Guards. Sorry. Old Guards with Bunda, Lala, and Priest. Maybe, just maybe, I have a brother in there, but yeah, I'm going to go for Old Guards.
Okay, so it does look like Citizens and the boys from 21 are engaged in a fight.
Okay.
I do believe one of the players from 21 has been taken down. Agate is trying to get that revive onto Rash, but the boys from Citizens are pulling up right now onto this location. Guy, just walk through this one, man.
Just a second, trying to find where they are. The map is looking weird today. I'm seeing Citizens on the kill feed very well, but locating them on the bigger map is now a problem for me, as I'm not seeing them at all. I don't know why that is happening. Okay, I see 21st century now. Rush is literally like 2 HP with Pharaoh also coming in support, but I don't see Pharaoh anywhere near where his teammate is. Definitely his teammate is gonna smell trouble. Agate is pretty much alive as well. Let me check on Agate. Okay, Agate is in the building where Citizens are facing 21st century. Agate, of course, is just trying to be calm and not really pushing or not really causing much trouble. But let's see how this goes. Okay, I think I found them now. They're fighting around prisons.
Yeah, they're currently fighting around prisons. And you can see Agate is in that building. Pharaoh is holding a flank position, and he has to be careful because he has 11 on his tail. There's another player, DT Storm, okay, who's not part of the Citizens that might be causing him some trouble. You know, DT might be coming in to actually, third party this particular one. So the boys from Citizens and 21 are currently just sharing their nades right now. You can see Rash is trying to throw in nades into that position where Kumalala is currently situated at, and Ted and Kumalala are just trying to do the same thing. Take on Rash at that particular position. But you can see one player from Citizens goes down right now. My guy, who do you think is going to win this one, man?
I think the third party guys are going to win, honestly, because Dream Team already have one guy down. They successfully taken one person from what's it called, Citizens down. That is Godier. Godier has been downed, and now I think 21st Century will be put on their toes. Rash, you can see, swerving that Molotov grenade that was cooked to his direction. Agate is pretty much still calm, but I think she's taking on Archer from Dream Team. Yes, Chris just takes Pharaoh down, and as you mentioned earlier, Pharaoh was in a flanking position, but he's been taken down by Chris. Even though Agate has Archer in sight, yes sir, Agate with the help of the play zone takes down Archer, but of course Lucid Stack will try to go in and get the res on his teammates. So yeah, as I said, Dream Team with the flank and possibly should I say the squad wipe on 21st Century, their third party will successfully be executed.
All right, so just as you said, the boys from Dream Team coming in with a third party right there, trying as much as possible to get into this fight and get some kills, in between the fight coming on between the boys from Citizens and 21 Century right there. But we do have Agate and Rash trying as much as possible to hold on in that particular one against the boys from Citizens, while the boys from DT are just going to prioritize getting into that zone and plan on this particular fight. So it's still a 2v3 situation, as the boys from Citizens have lost one player, they've lost 7. Agate, on the other hand, with her team, has lost Pharaoh and 21 Daddy, so they're down to just 2 players. The 2 teams are, sticking this one out, trying as much as possible to just take on this fight till the very end, and you can see that is continuing right there. Also in the kill field, we do have the boys from Old Guards, like you mentioned before, coming up against the boys from Active Gaming. Now we do know that those are 2 clans that we do support, but maybe we'll turn our sights onto them since they are the ones currently engaged in tough action right here.
Exactly. I've taken that quick detour to check on Active Gaming and Old Guards. Then you can see Guard sees Lala in sight. Of course, Lala evades those gunshots, but checking on our previous guys, that is Citizens and then 21st Century, they still seem to be holding on to that grudge inside the blue zone. Like, I don't know if their IGL is not giving them that advice to, retreat. But of course, we've seen Kumalala get a Molotov knock on, I believe that should be Pharaoh. No, that should be Rush. That's leaving Agate, the last one. Agate went on, but a drop shot from 11 just took Agate out. And yeah, it's a squad wipe. And hey, I think you'd want to tune in back to Citizens. I'm seeing Dream Team push. Dream Team are pushing on Citizens when they saw, when they saw the least opportunity to take on that third party. You see, we thought they were leaving, but they're coming back to take them on.
Right, just so taking a look at this right now, we do see Old Guard coming back in this particular fight. Lala is all the way up in the shack right there, and the boys from Active Gaming get another knock. So that will be the end for Old Guard right there. So your guys,
they're out.
Got your caster. They got your caster cost. They got your caster cost. You're the one who cost them. So they must know. They must know. All right. So I don't know what you're looking at right now, but taking a look at things, you do see the boys right there on the kill feed. Active Gaming also getting another knock onto the boys from Upper 6. So it's a very violent game, man.
It's a very, very violent game. One of my screens is spectating Active Gaming. I believe I should be switching to Citizens. And then the other is spectating OT Brothers. OT Brothers, they have African Legends around and then CLS around. But I believe OT Brothers are retreating once again. They are trying to prioritize placement point. They've lost Shark in this particular game fight now. They lost Shark. You see, initially at Pochinki, they had Shark. Knowing very well they were a 3-man squad, they retreated and prioritized placement points. Now they went in on African Legends and lost Shark And of course, now they've retreated, leaving the scene with CLS as well, also leaving the scene. I believe now the potential should be around upper six and then Extremists.
Yeah, definitely. Extremists, another team that I don't really understand much about them. I've not really watched them a lot of times, but they do seem to be able to grind out those results. I don't know much about their player names exactly, because it does look like a lot of people have changed names within the particular clan. But I've seen them grind out those results. Like, they seem like a very competent team, and whenever they come into action or whenever they're getting into those final third moments, they do seem like they can actually take on any particular team. But I'll pay more attention to them and see how they do as they continue to progress. But right now, we do see them in a position that is a very, very defensive one, with play that's foreplay, right there on that tower, while the rest of his teammates are in a compound, opposite him, thus allowing him to provide, a separate line of attack if any team is pushing onto that building.
I believe upper six have wasted too much time at, I don't know if it's the military ground or something, but it seems to have that barricade for military fire. Also, active gaming, they're using the terrain to their advantage. They have extremists to their left, while they have, is that upper six? Yes, they have upper six to their right. So more or less, the closest action should be between extremists and then upper six. And then our third party warriors could come in. That is active gaming. Everywhere else on the map should be a little bit calm, but maybe we can keep eyes on UNS on the kill feed, UNS and no gaming. We can keep eyes on them, even though UNS are pretty much in a defensive position. So yeah, we can also keep eyes on them. And of course, once we see the kill feed running, we take quick detours and try to capture all the action from both angles. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Make sure you hit that like button and of course, subscribe and share the stream to as many people as you can.
Stop going down so far. So if you're just joining the stream, there have been a couple of teams, taking out the boys from 21 and Old Gods, getting sent out quite early there. The lost guard DN as well as lost one. No Gaming has lost two players. We do have Oppo 6 as well, who have lost one player as well. Sidizens getting into some action right there against DT, with DT having lost one player, Archer, right there, and Sidizens always taking it as possible whenever they can, coming in right here. They're taking out a couple of players, but now DT is down as well. And I'm not sure if the rest of his players are just going to decide to just pull away from that one and just prioritize getting into that zone. But what would you do if it was you, Mike, in this situation?
Honestly, at this point, knowing that I'm handicapped, of course, Citizens are in the positions where they believe so much in themselves, because I mean, they came from yesterday with so many kills, so they should be having full-on confidence. Dream Team, on the other hand, you've already lost Chris. As you saw earlier, Kumalala exploded the vehicle to put Chris in the lobby. They've also lost Archer. I believe they lost Archer to the play zone. So being in Dream Team's position, honestly, retreat and find yourself in a cover position or in a very good defensive position. But if you are Citizens, of course, knowing the will and firepower you are coming with, why not? I would love to take on anyone I meet, because I know even if I get knocked, I have a backup from my boys. I know I have, what should I say, the support from my able teammates to help me take on anyone I want in the lobby. Looking on, we're
so
seeing...
there's also a three-way fight going on right now between the boys from DT, CLS, and Active Gaming right there within that center of the zone. You can already see the boys from CLS, just crashing that building where Active Gaming is currently situated. And Skinny had taken down one of the players from Active Gaming, but they were able to get on that revive right about now. But the third party coming in right there sees the boys from DT taking down one player, of course, now giving Active Gaming a chance to be able to take down one of the players from CLS. So Isaac has gone down. The boys from CLS obviously now holding holding back on their push into that particular building. Tough one for all these teams as they have got to now rotate away from this position where they are as the zone shifts into the next zone. And we got 13 teams right here in this particular one as we are shifting into that 6 zone. Okay, it's going to be very tough for a lot of these teams as they have waited until the very end to get into the action. So it's going to be violence at every single corner and hard to keep up with everything.
Yep. Looking on CLS, knowing very well they've lost one teammate, are still trying very hard, and they keep using their smokes though, but of course it's not really coming to a good advantage for them yet. Active Surge is moving on, and yet looking on, guys, you can see Surge just getting the kill, knock and kill on CLS Derry. That leaves Manny YT, the last man standing. Then Active Gaming, knowing very well they have a full-on squad on CLS. They want to push. They want to push. CLS, on the other hand, of course, they've been wiped out now. That should leave us to the next scene. That is O3 Brothers. O3 Brothers should be around, I believe, they were around Vibe Gaming. We've not spectated Vibe Gaming in this game. And we've not really spoken about Vibe Gaming. Vibe Gaming have been a good team, by the way, but what have you made of them throughout the Super Weekend?
I haven't really watched Vibe Gaming altogether. They have been a team that has restructured, but they're a very well balanced team. You know, whenever you come across them, it does look like they can take on any team on their day. They can take on, the boys from Sidizens. They can take on anyone. You can see they're very close to Sidizens. Felzy seems to beat, or seems to me to be like their powerhouse. I'm not sure who their IGL is. I probably need to have a discussion with them here or there on who the actual player is, and I can't really tell with the way they play, but. When it comes to being the reliable player who is getting the knocks here and there, Felzy seems to be that player that is probably that fragger or that go-to player when it comes to taking on those fights every single time. But now we see them coming up against the boys from Sidizens, and it does look like Ted has actually gone down. Sidizens Kumalala is the last one up for Sidizens, and he gets a knock on the Felzy. Tries to take on Tubuji, but that will be the end for Sidizens right there.
Yes, sir. In as much as they've taken out the whole team from Sidizens, and bro, Sidizens have been wiped out. You guys in the comment section cheering Sidizens on, and Pelzi trying to do the carry, but bro, the safe zone is not going to favor you there. You have O3 Brothers on your next as well, who with what's Nexus having 1 kill, and then Magic. What's Magic? Magic also having 1 kill. I believe Shaq had 2 kills before he saw the lobby. O3 Brothers are in a well-placed position, more or less using the terrain as an advantage, and they can clearly have sight on 2 different teams. That is Vibe Gaming and I believe Extremists. They have Vibe Gaming and Extremists in their sights, and hopefully, if they have that long-range willpower, they can actually single-handedly clear all of them. And bro, this final zone is pretty bad because you are seeing Active Gaming at the topmost part of the hill. Topmost part of the hill, that means they're going to be descending. If you're descending, yeah, you would have to be, or you will be in a very, very good position, in my opinion. But of course, maybe someone at the bottom part would also use the terrain to get you in a tight corner where you have very little chances of survival.
Yeah, definitely having that high spot and that high terrain obviously helps you as you continue to progress and throughout the entire zone. But we do see the boys from Active Gaming coming in with a couple of knocks right there. I do believe DT has now been taken out as Lucy Stark and Storm get taken out at the end of the day, with Ted Bundy getting a knock right there. But O3 and the rest of the boys now just taking on fights upon fights. You mentioned that position that O3 had. It was a very good position coming in from Nexus and Magic, and this is exactly the kind of move that you usually see from Nexus whenever it's playing, taking on those smart moves, those great positions. And if you take a look at both right now, they're now sending on shots onto the boys from Unknown Soldiers as Badman goes down to Nexus. He's put in a very good spot. It's very tough for them to work with, and let's see how it actually does play out.
Yes, sir. While O3 Brothers are taking on that UNS, we can also clearly see Angels and Demons. We've not really given them that spotlight today, by the way. But Angelo seems to be the only man alive for Angels and Demons, and hopefully he can bring home something great for his team. Yep, Nexus gets that final finish on Badman. Angelo had 3 choices to make. That is revive all 3 of his teammates, but it looks like his time is over, or he has very little time now. Emperor, on the other hand, is in trouble. He sees Angelo to his bottom, and Nexus, my god, Nexus is still getting most of the kills. Nexus is pushing in on active gaming, bro, and Nexus, of course, single-handedly attempted active gaming, but your boys did a good job there by sweeping him, giving him no chance at all.
Yeah, the boys from Active Gaming coming in with that one, sitting on a whole bunch of kills so far. They got themselves 14 kills right here on this lobby, with the boys from Active Gaming holding a good position within that zone. You can already see that there are few teams, to work with. DN and Unknown Soldiers are still in this game. Unknown Soldiers were absolutely getting pounded by the boys from O3 just coming into this particular zone, but somehow they managed to survive and stay within that game. Sending on shots onto that position where Josh is currently situated. It's a very tough situation for him. Active Gaming now trying as much as possible to get an angle right there, but we do an absolutely crazy and compact squad that has a whole bunch of synergy. Sometimes people don't know that, DN is a very old clan.
But I don't know, what was their previous name? Because it's like,
they were always there. They were always there. They were always there.
But wait a minute. Ted Bundy single-handedly wipes Dark Ninja, I believe. Ted Bundy single-handedly has wiped. Oh, it's not Ted Bundy. It's actually Skinny. Skinny or Ted Bundy. One of them, the names confused me. But as we were talking, they were doing a squad wipe. And they've successfully done a squad wipe on Dark Ninja, leaving UNS Josh, the last man alive. Josh is literally like 1 HP. And ladies and gentlemen, Active Gaming have won the first game. What would you make of their performance?
Man.
Hello?
I mean, I thought they were going to do well, but getting the winner chicken dinner with 18 kills was not what I was thinking at this particular stage. I mean, lovely performance coming in from them, it's always great whenever you see, this kind of situations and, see the way that they've pushed, seeing the way that they're playing right now. Of course, everyone knows that, they have the potential. They struggled throughout the qualifiers, so it's great to see them be able to, get back into that rhythm. We'll look onto the next games and see if, guys like, O3 step things up. Nexus put up a really strong fight. Okay. Coming up against the boys from Unknown Soldiers, and we'll see how it goes in the next game. If
we'll see how other
teams like
in
O3,
the next game.
Yeah.
Active Gaming finishing with a whooping 18 kills, bro. 18 freaking kills. UNS didn't really put up a show, or they were not really in the spotlight, but they managed to place second. Dark Ninja, we paid very little attention to Dark Ninja, but they surprised us with the 3rd position. Sector 7, I don't think we spectated Sector 7 at all, did we?
No, we didn't actually get to spectate them, but they were I saw them getting into a fight earlier on. I'm not sure who they were fighting.
They were fighting with
they were
African Legends.
AD.
They were fighting with African Legends as well, yeah. But then they placed 11th. Citizens, our cursed and blessed team, they placed 12th. Interesting scenes here. Angels and Demons with the 4th position. No Gaming Fit and O3 Brothers, they placed 6th. We take a quick commercial break. Okay, come again.
Yeah, I actually think that Citizens are going to, bounce back. I've seen that happen a lot of times. I think Citizens O3, lovely gameplay coming from them. I'm not sure what happened to O3 and why they didn't have the 4th guy. I feel like in that fight coming up against Active Gaming, if they did have the 4th guy, if Nexus had somebody else with him, they might have put up like a better fight coming up against Active Gaming, because you saw them just go absolutely crazy, being just a 2-man squad with just Magic and Nexus. They were able to just get to farm a couple of kills, in that particular spot. So let's see how the next game goes. I'm expecting some stuff from O3, expecting more stuff from Citizens in the next game, because those two teams, they're cracked, man. So let's take the break and see how it goes.
Yes, let's take a quick commercial break, guys. But let me know in the chat, who would you bet on, or who would you put your money on? Let me see your comments in the chat, and we'll do all to read it when the next game begins. Right. So welcome to the second game, guys. Welcome to the second game. First game, Erangel. Second game is Erangel. I think we'll be having an Erangel marathon today. Definitely is something I think I overheard the moderators talk about. A second game, of course, is underway. I'm seeing some lovely comments coming in. Act Fire says Act Gaming hacking, Active Gaming match fixing, and now renting. Act OP. I'm seeing some old Active Gaming players, and hey, there's Cloud in the chat, bro. Cloud from SOS, I believe. Cloud is an OG player who played for SOS together with Vegas Gaming. But I believe Vegas should be in Active Gaming now on loan for Vibe. We would have Tony who will take us through the map. Old Guard. So Vegas is on loan to Old Guard from Active Gaming. I would have Tony take us through the London spots for the second game.
All right. So we do see, if we're looking at the map right now, that map moving all the way from that northwestern region to that northeastern region right there. And, there are a lot of teams already situated within that zone. We do see the boys from Old Guard, Extremists, TP. Several of these clans already seated quite comfortably in that zone. FST, the boys from First Attics, as well as Fear DN are coming into this game, to show what they're capable of all the way towards that southwestern region right there. So we're going to be seeing a lot of teams, getting their loot on, moving into great positions, and we'll see how that one actually, does play out for a lot of these teams right here, Kuma.
But
sorry, MK. I don't know why I said Kuma. I was thinking of Sidizens Kuma.
Wait, is that your babe or something? Why would you be thinking of him at this time?
No. I was actually viewing him. on my tab.
Okay. But looking at Yasnaya, we can see Unsullied Army and Upper Six. Throughout the tournament here, I've been trying to think or wonder like who the kings of Yasnaya are. We always see Unsullied Army and then Upper Six. Upper Six seem to be doing very well with their positioning, as they are usually always the last to leave Yasnaya. Unsullied Army, on the other hand, maybe when they loot, then they go away. Trying to prevent that matchup between them and Upper Six. But who would you think is the king of Yasnaya?
I'm not really sure. I mean, I haven't really studied every single of their fights, but I think that most of the times whenever I see them, in Yasnaya, they actually don't fight. Like they just
they don't
just
fight.
Go on their separate ways.
More or less, like
fight, so.
they coexist. Like they know. Or let me see. It's more or less like we're at the airport. I know
exactly.
Tony is at Terminal 3 and then I am at Terminal 1. I know there's no way I have to cross Terminal 2 to Terminal 3 and fight with Tony. So they always find a way to coexist at Yasnaya, and which is something we should be looking at. And I don't know, those who will be giving the calls for match fixing in the chat, would you suggest they are match fixing? And who would you think will pay a huge sums of money to someone else to stay away from the fight? Do you think it's our fan favorite, or do you think it's Upper Six?
No, I think it's just a situation where the boys from the boys understand themselves. Maybe in the past when they're both in the same lobby, they've had like some fights, and over time they'll just be like, okay, these guys land in this spot, we will land in that spot, and everybody just respects their regions. You understand? Like that happens over time. You
Okay.
understand? You sort of like know where you are going to land, where your landing spots are, and you just avoid yourself.
Yeah.
You choose a landing spot and that's yours, and yeah, everybody walks through it. People try to respect themselves when it comes to landing spots and not push each other because like I mean, sometimes you see somebody landing on each other, but it's not something that happens very frequently. And when you do it most of the time, like from my own experience, most of the
Okay.
time when you do, you tend to lose those fights when you're landing on somebody else's landing spot. I don't have the analysis as to why. I have many guesses, but we can get into that some other time. But we can see, if you look at the map right now, you can see the boys from UA, just hopping into their vehicle and just leaving that position. Right? They're not
Yes.
pushing. They're not
That's it.
pushing them. They're just leaving there and prioritizing getting into that zone.
Exactly how I used the terminal 1 and 3 as a perfect example. They go to their terminal, they loot whatever they have to get or loot. They hop on in their vehicles and then they leave, leaving upper six to spend the entirety of the time over there. Talking about territories, UNS and then Angels and Demons are around Jojopo crates, I believe. Either Jojopo House. No, Jojopo House is on the other side of the river. So Jojopo crates is where they find themselves. I believe Josh, and then Josh just hopped on and joined his teammates to evacuate the scene. FFT on the kill feed with Vibe. Let me check.
Yeah, the two clans already beginning to get into some action right there. We see Iceman on the ground right there as No Pain is taking on some shots into him. No Pain is on top of the roof of one of the buildings opposite, those apartments, and he's just sending out shots into that position, looking to get that confirmation. The rest of the team are trying as much as possible to see if they can get that revive. But with Iceman bleeding out quite fast, it does look like Vibe Game is going to lose, one of their talisman right here.
They've just lost Iceman. That leaves Supremo, Tubuji, and Felzi. And of course, No Pain continues to watch on, even though he looks like he's quite a distance from where they are. I mean, long range shots in this game is something you can't downplay, because these are guys that are very good. Sometimes you see a team or you see a player with an M416 and a ×6 scope, and then you begin to question why he's having that and not maybe a car 98 or something. But in the end, he what? He opens your mouth by getting that long range knock and as well as a kill with that M416, and you're like, okay. So I've learned not to downplay anyone with an M416 and a ×6 scope. Looking on, you can see Unsullied Army. If you can quickly switch, they seem to be in trouble as Old Guard are engaging them.
It does look like on the other end, two players from Old Guard are currently rocking the ground. It's now just left with Hal. I think it's not left with only him. But I do believe he's the only player in this vicinity who is up. He's trying to get that revive. Lala. They've lost one player already, so it does look like the boys from UA will be pulling up onto this position. There are just two players from them who are currently in this situation. We do have Rosemary, Rosemary.
I don't know if Rosemary is coming from the Catholic Church or not, but he doesn't seem to be close to his teammates. Maybe he was taking a quick prayer at the church.
So it does look like they're trying to form a situation where they might be pulling away from this particular fight. You do have Lala still trying to hold things down. He's still trying to take on that engagement. How trying to pop on those smokes to try and confuse them right now to disrupt their push right there. You do see, how trying to take on the shots. Lala pulling back a little bit. The boys from not relenting. They're still making the push. Trying as much as possible to get that one knock, but the boys from Old Guard are trying to make this as wide as possible, right, to keep them in that circle. It's sort of like a circle. You do see Lala's getting the knock now, so they reduce the deficit a bit, and I do believe there's another knock that has gone down right there as well. Okay, not another knock. Actually, it's Jesse's health that was just reduced. Okay, so we'll see how that one actually does play out. The boys from all guards are trying as much as possible to be as stubborn as they can and hold on in this fight.
Yes, sir. Rosemary has arrived just in time to toss a Molotov. Hal just took down Jesse, I believe. And then, bro, I think Jesse was trying to flank, but it failed him there. Stars was also trying to flank. He's also down. That leaves Bumsy. Okay, so Stars has been revived. Prophecy is holding the building, but Jesse, my God, Jesse is in the open field, and I don't think they're going to aim or target reviving Jesse as at now. But you can see Rosemary, who has sight on, is that Stars? Yes, Rosemary has sight on Stars and Prophecy as well. Rosemary with the jump shot, and my God, that was a good jump shot. Rosemary again with the crowd shot knock on Bumsy. That should leave Stars. Stars the last man, and oh my God, Rosemary. I think he got 3 knocks, or maybe because he's here he has 2 kills, but I thought I saw 3 knocks from him. Rosemary there with an insane performance. I tried to take a quick take the piss at Rosemary earlier on, but he or she came in and then actually came to finish Unsullied Army off.
Yeah, lovely gameplay coming in from old guards right there. You know, sort of like getting the angles right there and trying as much as possible to make things very tough for the boys from Unsullied Army to make that push onto them. They did lose 1 man to that particular fight, but definitely we're looking at, you know, progressing on in this game and performing quite well. We do know very well that losing 1 man does not mean anything when you do gather your momentum, as we did see from the boys from Active Gaming in that last game, you know, finishing up with a 3-man squad and getting that winner chicken dinner. But looking at things right now, we still have 15 squads in that zone. We're moving into our second zone, but what makes the second zone feel like it is a 4th or 5th zone is actually because there's a lot of east of Lipovka right there. So if it gets smaller and a large portion is still within that zone, then all of a sudden we're going to see the very wild
Sector 7. If you can look at them, you're seeing old guards taking or doing the drive-by, but of course Sector 7 are holding their position. Nobody is just calm. Slim Card, I don't think he's closer to where I'm even looking at. Let me go back to nobody who is around. I believe that should be Mansion. Yes, that should be Mansion. Rosemary, on the other hand, is taking on nobody and giving him very little room space. Nobody, I believe he should be calling for reinforcements. And just as I'm thinking about reinforcements, we are seeing 21st Century approach the scene. You can see Agate and his teammates having a dig at Rosemary, and nobody as well is in trouble. Taking a quick detour, Citizens are on the kill feed. They've lost Godier once again in this game, but they have 11, Malala and Teda. And of course, while I was looking at Citizens, Rosemary got the knock and kill on Sector 7, nobody.
Yeah, nobody getting taken down right there, and as much as possible trying to continue to get those kills. Rosemary, the boys from Old Guards now currently sitting down in 5 kills, doing absolutely amazing, but it does look like, things are about to start to shift with that second zone, still leaving a large portion within that water. And because there's a lot of buildings to work with, so there's nothing to worry about just immediately.
Yeah.
Right, but moving into the next zone is where things now will begin to get dangerous. Did you see AD still drinking that blue? Okay, they're all the way still in Georgiopol. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why right now you will still be, in that zone. But let's pray for them. Hopefully they'll make their way in.
I don't know if they are all trying to use that healing strat, but honestly, it's not going to help. It is only the second zone, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I really don't know, like, why, like, look at how, like, if you open the map, look at how far away they are, and they are even still moving farther away. They're still, what's going on?
Instead of using hospital ruins, they're trying to use shooting range and 70. Maybe, or I'm predicting maybe they'll come from Stalbar or something.
Okay. I mean, okay, fine. Fair enough.
Because maybe
I mean,
ruins
hopefully.
has that ugly terrain and all that. So yeah, maybe it could be the best decision they've made. Maybe.
Okay, so just turning in right now. There's a fight going on between the boys from FST and Vibe Gaming right now.
Okay.
Just really like southeast of Yasnaya, and you do see that No Pain has gotten taken down. The boys from Vibe Gaming have pulled up onto that particular position. He was able to knock down one player before he got taken out, but the rest of his teammates are not with him. So now you do have Yomite Valley. Yomite is actually the YMT guy, so it's actually Yomite.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, but you do have Easy, Valley, Your Might now pulling up onto this particular position against the boys of Vibe Gaming. Vibe Gaming has lost one player, so they're down to three guys now coming up in this fight. It's a 3v3. Get sent out right there as Tsubuji gets taken down right there by Valley. Really interesting right there. Trying to make that push on too easy, but FST boys win this one.
You might there manage to get a knock and a kill as well. I think same goes for Easy. Easy got one kill. And then what is that Valley? Valley also got one kill. They shared the kills evenly. But then not to talk much about them, let's go and check on what Old Guards. Wait a minute. They are even done with the fight before I could switch. Old Guards are done with the fight. They've lost Vegas and then they've lost Bunda. But Lala and then Rosemary are pretty much still alive. And yes, Angels and Demons, if we look at them, they are now at 70. I don't know what is inspiring them to loot at this time, but they seem to be looting at 70. Then yeah, as I predicted, they'll use Talba and then enter the safe zone from the top, or let me say from the northern part of Yasnaya. So yeah, I was sort of right there with the prediction. OT Brothers, they've lost Magic TT and then they've lost Nexus. Shark is now the only one alive, and the wisest thing to do is to play it safe, of course. If you are very wise, you play it safe. Seeing 11 also driving by, doing that little bit of scouting, of course, that should also tell you how aggressive citizens are. They want to sort of secure their area before they make any more moves.
Yeah, every single time I see the boys from Citizens, making the push, I'm always very, 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 scared on how they push. But going into this game so far, they've lost one player, they've lost seven. I did feel like they could actually seal this game through, but we'll see how that one goes down right now as they're coming up into that region, just really close to where the boys from Upper Six are currently situated. I thought they were gonna take out Shaq,
Okay.
right there, the last one for O3. But he was able to just evade them and just escape from that situation right there, as he has himself really close to the boys from TP right now, looking for a place to call home. But my goodness, look at this zone right now. A large portion of it is just Lipovka and water. In fact, there's a larger portion in water than there actually is land. And even
Exactly.
though we're in the third zone, it actually will probably feel like they're in the final zone right about now, because there's not a lot of well, maybe not final, maybe sixth zone right now, because there's not a lot to work with. And look at this zone, just keeps on being
O3 Shark, he's been knocked by a grenade. MVP for what's it called? I'm coming. Is it upper six? Yes, MVP for upper six just got a knock. Citizens, who have been reduced to about 2 men. Citizens tried to take on upper six. Upper six are in sort of the defensive position, as you guys can clearly see, with citizens in their offensive position. Those pushing, they've lost one guy already. That should mean them being handicapped. Ooh, we finally see a sniper. Tida trying to snipe MVP. I don't think he's getting his knocks on target or his shots on target. MVP, of course, he's not being stable. He's also just moving around with Tida just spamming the shots. I'm really looking forward to seeing a sniper. I'm somebody who has a thing for snipers, yeah? So when I see snipers, oh my god, I get so excited.
Yeah, but right now in PUBG, there are a lot less snipers nowadays than they used to be. I mean, there still are people sniping here and there, but the game's so fast paced nowadays, and no one is that patient. I mean, I see it a lot in classics, but when it comes to just outright battles nowadays, like I'm not really seeing people being patient enough to wait for that one sniper knock, like we used to see back in the day. But several different people now trying to rotate into that zone. The boys from Citizens have lost 2 players so far. Kamalala and Seven are currently down, and everyone is trying to hold a spot within that zone. But it does look like the boys from Unknown Soldiers have gotten into a fight right there and have now been taken out by the boys from Extremists. And
Exactly.
my goodness.
Rosemary. Rosemary is also keeping eyes on Extremists as he's just pre-firing on them. Of course, once you are in Extremist position and you hear the pre-fire, you can't really, should I say, guess the number of teammates that are there. But of course, when they take fire at you, you just have to keep your cool and see how best you can get into a better position for the final circle. Zone number 3, I believe, should be closing now. Yes, zone number 3 is closing now. I'm just reading the comments, right, and Nagato is talking about dropping a comrade sticker if it was permitted by YouTube.
Might talk rubbish sometimes. It's like we'll give GSU the mic since he is the only wise one that never says rubbish.
I mean, who doesn't say rubbish in this world? And most of it is usually for crews. It's nothing to take personal.
Exactly. It's usually for crews. Like, my guy, life is not that hard. Like,
I mean, you just have to try and smile sometimes. Looking on, we're seeing Sector 7 facing Outlaws Predators, and they are in the center of the Lipovka town. In as much as there are several teams around, they have covered the Lipovka town, and maybe they can hold the fights. And of course, they have the safety of the buildings as well. So now it will be difficult for other approaching teams, because I mean, they've already taken the town for themselves. They've shared all the spots in the town. So of course, other teams will definitely not get placement or good positions to stay. Citizens trying so hard to enter Lipovka, as I was saying, but I think they're separated. 11, the only man alive for Citizens, and they have a total of 2 team kills, where the killers are in the lobby spectating.
Yeah, it's a tough time for a lot of these clans, trying to make their way into that zone, getting annihilated by the ones who are already currently situated within Lipovka right there. So you do know a lot of that around the water right there as the boys from, Citizens were trying to make the rotation into that location where TP was currently situated, and they got, a couple of the players taken out right there. We do see, on the other hand, the boys from Opposites trying to make the rotations as well with Deji and Temi, trying as much as possible to find a spot to call their own. There's not a lot to work with. They're pretty much in open ground right now for a lot of these clans, just trying to rotate around there. We do see Rosemary as well trying to make that rotation, and a lot of these people are just trying to find a spot to call, their own, and it is just tough. Every single corner, left, right, center, people are getting taken down.
Rosemary was not given the breathing space as he was just taken down by steroids. You see what I was saying? Outlaws Predators had the whole place covered. Rosemary had been running for his life ever since. He was being opposed by other teams, but he managed to run away, only to enter Lipovka and dashing a kill to Steroids. Steroids now has registered his first kill of the day. Checking on, we're seeing FST and 21st Century in action. Agate is already down. Ferro is trying to heal. Daddy is also pretty low on HP. Valley, of course, and his other gang are trying to go around the terrain. I believe Valley should be doing the flank. Valley going around flanking. All his teammates are flanking with him. And would you look at that? Teamwork always comes to a positive end. Teamwork always yields good results. And you can see FSC there with some good teamwork to help them win. And they have a total of 8 kills, by the way.
FST easy, especially putting in the work in this particular game, getting himself a couple of kills right there. The total amount of kills this team has so far is 8 kills. Easy is sitting on 4 for himself, and now the boys from FST, who currently have been edging it so far throughout this particular game, can now begin to find a way to rotate into that zone. Lovely gameplay coming in from them. They've gotten into several different skirmishes, and they have actually won, losing only 1 player so far in this particular one. So let's see, who do you think is going to actually seal this game through, as we're down to 8 teams left? My money is on Fear or FST.
So here at the moment I'm spectating them take on Extremists, but I don't think I'm going to give my prediction now, as it is too early to get or to call out the winner. So I mean, I just want to play it safe and be that coward and just watch on. But then let's go on to Extremists. Melee is who I'm spectating now. Stoner and then Outcast, I believe they are, I should think this should be their first engagement, that is here, because I'm seeing them with absolutely 0 kills, all with their health up. But Extremists, on the other hand, have a total of 5 kills, and I'm sure, of course, they might have taken out a whole team, or probably different people from different teams. Rand, Wolf, and Yummy are all representing for Extremists. Dark Ninja, on the other hand, are also engaging Upper 6. We take a quick detour there with Dark Boy in a wooden shed. Wooden shed and wall banging, honestly, is a great combo. So I don't think Dark Boy and his other teammates are in a good position right there.
Alright, so one team that I actually want to see getting into a fight right now is the boys from Fear. They've not been able to show exactly what they're capable of. They're a very aggressive team. Obviously, everyone knows this. They're one of those teams, that, over time consistently provide a top-level performances in many competitions that they are in. They currently are playing in the Mzanzi, so they're obviously, one of those guys, who are, sort of like the OGs within the Nigerian, competition, especially in this one right here. But they're coming up against several different teams. I do believe they have one player from FST who, is just behind them and has gotten taken down. The boys from Extremists are looking to make that push onto their location right there. We do have Brand trying as much as possible to get a flank as he's throwing in the nades onto that position where Tratra, Stoner, and the rest of the boys are currently situated. You can see another nade going into that location right there, and the boys from Fear still holding their own down so far as much as they can, while the nades keep coming into that location. And I do believe they're just waiting for that one off before they can make their move. Yummy is coming into the mix right there, and FST easy goes down to Outcast, as Outcast does take down the ball, another one player right there from FST, but their focus should be on the boys from Extremists as they're waiting for that one.
So FST tried to do, a third party, but Outcast was too smart there and spotted that, and as you rightly called it, Outcast taking him right down to, of course, shift his focus back to Extremists. Extremists are, what should I say, playing it very, very safe right here, because I mean, you can see Brand and bro, Brand there with a good return fire on King, and that should keep Fear at bay. Of course, Fear should be warned, knowing very well that Extremists are a good team. And I like how these two teams are fighting. No one is really rushing and getting knocked. They are all just playing it safe, and I mean, going one by one or going it life for life. Even though, look at that, both teams also have 2 teammates knocked. Now, you can see Fear. Oh! Extremists have been wiped out. I believe they had the help from the zone. Fear have also been wiped. Zone OP.
Zone 2 OP. Zone 2 OP. Putting in the work right there. The zone is our MVP after all, taking out the boys from Extremists as well as Fear getting into the fight. I don't believe that they took a very long time, taking on those fights right there. I do believe that they should have gotten into the zone as quickly as possible. But right now, that leaves us with 4 clans left in the lobby right here. We do have the boys from TP as well as the boys from AD Upper 6, and I do believe the boys from Dark Ninjas as well. waiting for your predictions, going into this final one. My money was on the boys from Fear or FST, but they both have been taken out now.
What have been taken out, bro?
Considering, that delay in that zone right there. So who my prediction will be,
I think Upper 6 have this one. They have this one covered. Maybe Angels and Demons will, should I say, compete, but I think Upper 6 have this one covered. As you can see, they're having Dark Ninjas locked on. Dark Ninjas, you see, I remember I was talking about that wooden shed. They have them locked on in that wooden shed, and they have very little space to even come out. And bro, Angelo taking shots from Outlaws Predators. Snow. Angelo from Angels and Demons, he was trying to approach, but of course, Snow there with some good return fire in as much as Angelo there with a snipe on Snow, gets the second one on target, and that was a good one.
You see Angelo getting that knock right there onto Snow. He's now turning the sides onto set all the players right there, and he was able to get another knock. Right now, Surge is the last one up for upper 6, and he gets taken out right there, and that will be a winner chicken dinner for the boys from AT right here, finishing this game with 10 kills.
Wow.
Right in this one. Lovely gameplay from AT.
Wow. I was vouching for upper 6, but they placed second to Angels and Demons in the first position. Dark Ninja, as I called out, the wooden shed definitely wasn't the best position for them, but of course they could do very little because it was the only option they had as some form of cover. Outlaws Predators placed fourth. You can see Fear with the fifth position. Someone vouched for Fear, but look at Fear smiling at fifth position. Same goes for Brand. But I do think they wasted so much time with that gunfight, leaving the zone or leaving them vulnerable to the blue zone.
Yeah, I feel like the blue zone took out a lot of teams, that were, getting into the fight. But we can't blame them. I mean, Extremists was being absolutely amazing in that push coming up against Fear. Fear was just waiting for that, moment for their moment, because they couldn't move into the zone. If they are moving to the zone, they will be very vulnerable. So they had to take on the team that was there with them at that particular point in time. But it delayed for so long, and the zone was really deadly and basically took the two teams out. So lovely one coming in from all these teams. Hopefully we'll see some more of the same action going down in the next game.
Yes, sir. We'll take a quick commercial break, guys, but let's see your comments coming in. Let's get interactive in the chat. While we're on the break, Fire and I will be in the comment section as section warriors. So see you guys in the next game.
Yeah. All right, so the boys from CLS and Active Gaming are sort of like heading towards the same region, but just look like Active Gaming is trying to head towards Lipovka. The boys from CLS are chasing them. So we might see a very, very, very tough one for Active Gaming right here. Because it does look like the boys from CLS have a vehicle and Active Gaming is currently just on, their legs right now. And Roach is chasing. Roach is chasing with the vehicle. So it might be a tough one for them. Roach is able to take down one of the players right there for Active Gaming, and yeah, it might be a tough one for Active Gaming, like I said, because the boys. Ooh, why? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was a very tough one for the boys from Active Gaming as they were trying to land within the same region, but the boys from CLS, got a vehicle, they got their weapons, and they just made their push instantly. Now it's just left with Ted Bundy in this particular one. They've lost a couple of players, and it does look like the boys from CLS are going to be making their push onto the last player right there, Ted Bundy, and a lot of these teams, they want those early kills. They want to keep on trying as much as possible to you know get those points, and that's exactly what it is right there. So you do see Manny and Danny Brown pushing up onto this warehouse where Ted Bundy currently is. He's holding up that nade. He's trying to throw it into that place right there. Ted Bundy does get a knock. He actually does get two knocks onto the guys from CLS right there, and he's just going in for that finish as he's able to take them down right there. He almost got another one right there, but Derry getting that finish on that particular one and taking Ted Bundy out. So Ted Bundy being able to at least get one knock on one finish onto the boys from CLS in that particular one. Lovely, lovely, lovely action coming down early on from these two guys, but it does look like there's some action going down between the boys from FST and AFL all the way at Rosehawk. Right, all right, all right. Alright, so the boys from Vibe Gaming looking quite strong in this particular one, coming into this fight against AFL. And making this push. But AFL trying as much as possible to defend this position where they're currently situated, and they've got, you know, a couple of knocks onto the boys from Vibe Gaming, but Vibe Gaming being absolutely relentless. They've lost one player, Supremo, but they're still looking to make that push onto that location where they're currently at. But do think of this, you know, there's still Valley, who is still around this vicinity right here, right, to, you know, cause some problems for AFL, you know, right there. He can just come out of that shack where he's currently situated at any particular point in time and take them on. But the boys from Vibe Gaming are still looking, you know, to make this push onto that location where AFL is currently situated at. The boys from AFL are just trying to just back out, hold their position within those buildings, and see, you know, how it all plays out. So it's a very tough one. It's a very tough push right here. I know there's a lot of buildings to work with, but, you know, having, you know, that height position that Dollars has in that building right there on that roof, you know, allows him to see a lot of things. It makes it difficult for Vibe Gaming to push onto, you know, that location where they're currently situated. So we'll see how things go out. But what I think is just going to happen is that, you know, both parties are just going to hold, you know, their positions, and, you know, probably maybe just rotate away from this point.
Exactly. And can you believe my mic was muted all this while I was talking? But then I have it unmuted now, and we look on. So you were mentioning that Valley can cause some upsets, but I don't think it will be a good thing to cause upsets or to think of upsets. Looking at how you've lost Pain, you've lost Easy, and then Yomite. I don't think it will be a good thing to come out and even attempt, because you have a whooping 2 teams just around where you are. You have Vibe, and then you have a full team of African Legends. Correction, African Legends have lost to Drake. But yeah, you have a full team just around where you are. So it's best you stay in your shell. But looking on, Prophet has just taken on Feldy. Knock and lobby principle executed by Prophet. By Jesus, the only savior alive. We have dollars inside, and ooh. That aim was good. Jesus with some solid aim to take dollars down. Prophet and Holo are left remaining. Holo goes down. That leaves Prophet. Looks like Jesus, the savior, is trying to pull on a 1 versus what? Maybe squad wipe. Drop shot OP there from Jesus. As now, Prophet is the only one alive. Interesting. They all came as teams. They've all lost teammates. Jesus now leaves Prophet, the only man alive. Prophet tosses a grenade, but it goes nowhere near Jesus. So yeah, we now have a 1-all team around. Jesus is the only man for Vibe. Prophet is the only man for AFL, and then Valley the only man for FST. So now I think it's a fair fight for everyone, and of course FST can come out of hiding now.
Definitely lovely gameplay coming in from Jesus right there, as he is performing miracles, laying his hands onto the boys from AFL right there, getting some knocks. You do see Prophet holding in that, pulling up that position right there where Vibe Jesus was pushing at him, and he was able to get that knock, stopping, you know, that full wipe from happening right there. Lovely gameplay coming in from the boys from AFL, as they from Vibe Gaming, as they were able to take on a couple of players from AFL right there and reduce them to just a 1-man squad eventually. But Jesus cannot do everything on his own, as he needed his disciples to be there with him, but they had already gotten taken down from, you know, the boys from AFL. So lovely gameplay from the two clans. AFL currently sitting down with 7 kills, regardless of however way this match actually does go out and pan out. If they do get themselves some placement points, this would have been a good game all around. So what do you have to say about that one, MK?
Well, Jesus definitely cannot do everything all by himself. He tried, single-handedly got 3 kills, not just 3 knocks, 3 kills. He lobbied all of them and made them pay for their sins. But of course, at a point, he also had to just bow out of the game. Looking on, CLS are taking on Unsullied Army, as well as Sector 7. Sector 7 approaching, I don't know, is that Bounty? I think, yeah, that is Bounty. Bounty tried to scout, or maybe he was trying to lure CLS out of their shell, but Terry is still spamming his shots at Bounty. Unsullied Army, on the other hand, they have Bumsy, who got a knock. I don't think that person has been revived, by the way. He got a knock on Roach or Danny Brown, I think. But yeah, Jesse just watching on, and Jesse receiving shots from Derry. But of course, Jesse, as we know it, will regroup with his teammates, not trying to get them handicapped. They seem to be separated for now. And yes, back to our guys at Rozok, that is Prophet and then Valley. They are still remaining at their previous positions. They haven't moved an inch. I don't know if they have an idea. They are both in the same area. The boys from Sidizens as well are just driving past. I believe they should be driving past, is that 21st Century? Yes, sir, they should be driving past 21st Century. Tida has been knocked by Pharaoh.
Tida getting knocked right there. And, you know, it's a tough one coming in for the boys from Sidizens today. They've not really been able to, you know, get into the grind as much as they would love to. But you do see 11 taking on some shots onto the boys from Sidizens, but he does not looking to just leave this region as his teammates are currently not with him right now. His vehicle is currently smoking any more shots, and he might just, you know, get blown off. He's got to come out of his vehicle right now as he's in a very, very sticky situation, you know, with his tire getting blown off right there. You do see Rash in front of him, you know, trying as much as possible to look for his location, and 11 has been able to evade them so far. He will actually now need support of his teammates to be able to get out of this position right there. The rest of the players from Sidizens now pulling up onto that location where 11 is going situated to provide some cover for their teammate right there, and it does look like 7 might be the one, you know, who will be picking up 11 in that situation. So lovely defense coming in from the boys from Sidizens. That could have actually been worse, gone a lot worse, and the boys from 21 might have taken down 11. But that's exactly what they do to provide the defense for their teammate. We still got about 14 teams left in this particular map. And who are we going to give our caster blessing to?
I want to give only a curse to Angels and Demons. Remember the first game, or no, was it the second game? Remember how they were just playing by the zone, or they were playing tricky by the zone, and they emerged victorious? Now you can see them again in the blue zone around shooting range and then 7. But then they're not alone. Sierra are also just around. But I don't think they're going to engage each other though, because I mean they're all in moving vehicles, and I believe they should, of course, not come into close combat. AFL, that is I'm coming. Is that a Prophet? Yes, Prophet, and then Valley still pretty much on vacation around their vicinity. Old Guard, Vegas. I believe Vegas just got a knock on Outlaws Predators. If you can switch with me, let's give them the spotlight and see what they have to offer. As Snow just came in to help revive his teammates. Little does Vegas know the one he knocked is being revived.
All right, we do see one of the players that has knocked down, you know, getting revived right there. As the boys from TP are pulling up to provide that support that they can. And you do see how beginning to take on shots right there, but he does retreat all the way to where his team is currently situated at. And I do believe the boys from TP might be looking to pull up onto this particular situation, or maybe get out of that one, as they probably would know it is some big sin coming in from the boys from Old Guard, and that's exactly what they do. They do decide to just leave that position and decide to rotate into that zone right there. Lovely, you know, decision coming in for them, as they might have gotten annihilated if they decided to push onto that location. But they might be leaving one potential fight and moving on to another one, as they are now really close to the boys from DT. But let's see how it goes.
Yes, sir. Wise decision from Outlaws Predators by retreating from the fight, but I don't think Dream Team are going to give them any chance, as Steroids has been knocked from Outlaws Predators. Now you see, from frying pan to fire, we have Psycho also knocked by Dream Team Storm. You see, you run away from one and get into another trouble. Yeye is in the chat saying, "Chai, Prophet Muhammad don't clutch Jesus." That's actually very savage, bro. But yeah, the game must continue, as you are seeing Storm trying to test Steroids and finally gets that kill on Steroids. 2 kills but one only for Storm. But of course, Steroids and Cycle have been down. Outlaws Predators are now reduced. Sorry, Dream Team have now been reduced to. Wait a minute. Outlaws Predators, rather. Sorry, Outlaws Predators, they have been reduced to 2 because they ran away from what's it called, Old Guards, and then they came to meet Almighty Dream Team, who have done them justice. Not bad or not good, but then rather bad. Looking on, Angels and Demons, as usual, making their usual stop at 70, trying to get some loot. O2 Brothers today, this is the 3rd game they've entered as a trio. What is happening to O2 Brothers today? Because they're usually 4. I don't think Schnitz is in the game.
Wait. I'm looking at the chat here. Nagato.
Okay.
Says Donbass don't bring religion come this.
Bro, it's just for cruise.
People take a joke. Can't people take a joke?
It's like, just for cruise, man.
Like, it's just a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
You can't keep moving around with all your problems. You just have to laugh it up sometimes. I mean,
come on, like, have fun, man. Have fun. Like, it's fun. All right. Let's get back into the game right now. We do see several different squads now trying to make, those rotations. The boys from DT rotating around that region where you do have UE situated just outside Yasnaya, as well as the boys from TP as well, rotating, into that zone. We're in that 3rd zone so far. Shot coming out of his vehicle as he gets taken down by God how. And he does get sent back into the lobby right there. Lovely gameplay coming in from the boys from Old Guards as they are just farming and taking on shots to several different teams right there. So the map has 14 teams. There's still a lot of teams, needing to get into that zone, like FST Valley, who's alone, with Prophet as well, who took down Jesus, and someone called him Prophet Muhammad. Lord Jesus. That is my highlight of the night. Definitely my highlight of the night. All right, we still got the boys from 21 holding a full squad in this particular one. They've taken out 1 player from Citizens Gaming, so Citizens is down with 3 players. I do believe S7 is currently sitting down with 3 players as well. Not a lot of teams with a full squad. The boys from UA have got a full squad. Old Guards have still got a full squad. Old 3 brothers came into this game with a 3-man squad. I'm not sure what's happening with them. Do you guys need an extra player? I play for you. I'm looking at it. I'm kidding. Anyways, the boys from AD as well with a full squad, still just maintaining their position outside the zone like they did in that 2nd game where they actually won. Just taking on this game from outside, just rotating in quite late, and I think that is the strategy for them, right? They're not trying to get in early. They're trying to just rotate outside and just come in at that last moment and third party everybody.
Yes, all seems pretty scattered for everyone. Of course, Snow has now been left all alone. He is in the world all alone, and of course, any decision he makes will be under the influence of his lobby mates. But then, or until then, he has to be he has the survival chance, or he has the placement points in his hands, more or less like his destiny now. Sector 7, we've not given them so much spotlight today in the entire games, but yet they have just 1 kill. They've lost nobody. Card, Bounty, and then wait, who is that Chinese dude? I always want to get his name, but no one mentions his name in the chat. Who is the one with the Chinese name? Can you help me with that?
Truly don't know his name. That's the S7 guy, right?
Yes, the S7 guy.
Yeah, I actually don't know his name. I just call him S7 Chinese. I don't know his name. I'm trying to figure it out. But I mean, he's been here for a while. I just call him S7 Chinese, whatever. Okay. I mean, if you decide amongst English speaking people to give yourself a Chinese name, then sorry. I'm serious. Like, I mean, you're not going to make it hard for me. I'll just be like S7 player with a Chinese name. I mean, it's not as if I have Google Translator to help me identify what you're.
Old Guards, on the other hand,
you can't blame me, yeah.
Yeah. Old Guards, on the other hand, with the drive-by, of course, they're also trying to find a good hiding spot. Even though OT Brothers are at Yasnaya in one of the buildings, Old Guards heading into the zone. Ooh, TP Snow. He got enemies coming closer to him. Let me check on Snow. I believe Snow now has Old Guard's Rosemary right around where he is. Wait, do you know what just came in mind? He can as well just commit suicide, and once he throws the nade, it will affect everyone around him. It's as simple as that. But yeah, he's been taken, I believe, by OT Brothers. He's no longer alive. Rosemary now trying to pick on Nexus from OT Brothers.
Alright, these are two clans that are very, very well strong and suited when it comes to gunfire so far. They do have a spot within that zone. You can see the boys from OT Brothers, still have a 3-man squad. They haven't, taken on anyone so far. Old Guard have been putting in some good performances in today's game, and they're rocking a full squad right there, looking absolutely ready for any fight that comes their way. As you can see them farming, several different players that are trying to rotate the balls from S7, just driving around them and getting shot up right there. But no, they haven't gotten any knock. We still got about 13 teams moving into the 5th zone that's about to come, and it's a whole lot of teams to occupy that space. But still, we got some players like FST Valley who's alone in his team. We got Prophet who's also alone. So yeah, that might provide some space all the way into that zone. But let's see how it continues to play out. As we're now seeing the boys from 8 and move up into that zone and see some violence going down.
Yes, sir. And Angelo just knocked himself out. I don't know what gingered him or what triggered him to come out of his buggy, but he's now been knocked out. Of course, OT Brothers were causing trouble to should I say Angels and Demons, who were just driving by. And Magic is looking to steal the kill on Hunter. Magic gets the kill on Hunter, but of course that kill has to go to Rosemary from Old Guards, who got the knock. Magic looking on at Old Guard from the Yasnaya building. But yeah, Old Guards also in the open space. They have cover, definitely. They have cover. But I think Angels and Demons are the ones who have come to an abrupt stop as they were knocked off their car by the other enemies. Citizens, on the other hand, are also approaching, and this is an open field ban, by the way. It's an open field ban, and this is where things get interesting. As OT Brothers with the, should I say, higher points or the higher viewing angles, they will definitely feast on this one. What do you think?
I'm not really sure. I'm not gonna rule out a lot of teams. I mean, yes, all 3 brothers, having that angle to take on, several different people, works quite well for them, inside those buildings. But you can't still rule out, what the zone's going to do next. I do believe it's the next zone that's going to determine a lot of things when we do now begin to approach into that 6th zone and that position where Old Guards are currently situated, where they do have that tower. Within the center might be working out quite well for them, as several different teams need to rotate into that zone, and they might be able to spot a lot of teams and be the only ones who have cover to work with, inside that zone. So it's a very, very dangerous one for a lot of these teams. You can see shots already beginning to let loose as DT, one of the players from DT, gets taken out from a distance right there by Shark. Shark just sending out them shots. We still got a lot of teams. I cannot believe how many teams going into the 6th circle are still within this game. 13 teams, my guy, going into the 6th zone. I mean, at what point do you people die?
So yes, if you're looking on, Dream Team are approaching OT Brothers from the northern side of Yasnaya, and they've already caused trouble with Shark down. Looking on in the open field, of course, Sector 7 have, should I say, the defensive position. And my God, 11 for Citizens, single-handedly taking on Fearless as he wipes Fearless out. That was on the bottom or on the top part of my screen, by the way. That was in the top part of my screen. Angels and Demons as well are taking on Citizens. I believe Angelo is calm. He sees them around, but of course, Angelo is not going to push just yet. Kumalala, hey, is this a lag or something? On my screen, Kumalala is tossing the grenade to the left, but in real time, it's going to the right. But yeah, Citizens now have the edge to enter the zone. Of course, using the smokes as a cover for their movements. Gadlala just taking on Extremists as well. Extremists, I believe they should have been wiped out by now, as Old Guards have taken all of them down. Angels and Demons having 1 kill and broke Malala down for Citizens. Godye has also been down, and I don't think Godye expected, who was that? Was that Angels and Demons, Angelo? Yes.
Yeah, it was Angelo.
I don't think he expected Angelo to be snaking in that position. Someone says in the chat, Ni Hao Xing.
Ni Hao Xing. Ni Hao Xing.
Okay, so I believe that is the name we're going to give him now. Sector 7, Ni Hao Xing.
Ni Hao Xing. Okay. All right, definitely. All right, Citizens being able to get that revive onto, Kumalala right there, coming into that zone. These teams are absolutely struggling. And one thing that you have to give a lot of teams is how they know how to hold on that fight. But let's take a look at the boys from 21 coming up against the boys from UA right there. You can see Rash and his teammates trying as much as possible to hold things down, as Rash does get another knock right there onto a player from UA. UA now down to just 2 players. They just have Bumsy and Prophecy. Prophecy is also far away from them, and he can't join this fight because he's trying as much as possible to stay out of the line of sight of God. All right.
Exactly. Jesse
we
has
talk about
been
art in that center, and it's a very tough time for these teams.
Yes, sir. Jesse got enough time to be revived. Rash has also... Rash nearly got time, but he goes on to take on Jesse. He had a handful of meat, and he couldn't make a decision as to who to shoot. He was shooting at Jesse, and now he turned quickly to shoot at Bumsy. That meant that he wasn't very decisive right there. Bumsy with the knock on Jesse. He is knocking his own teammate, but yeah, Rash as well single-handedly taking on Citizens from the blue. Kumalala, now, the only savior to help 11 up onto his feet. They're pretty much battling with the zone as well. O2 brothers are no longer in. They are shared. I believe going up in the air would be helpful in this last round because, there are loads and loads of teams and, of course, loads and loads of crossfires to cover. Old Guards, I believe they just wiped out O3 brothers, and clearly we have 3 more teams remaining. Remember you were wondering how the teams were going to die? There you have it. It's now only left with 3 guys. Ooh, Kumalala getting the knock on Slim KAD from deep. Kumalala, Citizens, Old Guard Lala is also trying to get his aim on Citizens as he is disturbing them. I believe he should have wiped them by now. Look at that. Kumalala took down Card, and then Old Guard Lala took down Kumalala.
Oh, lovely gameplay coming in from the boys from Old Guard. We already talked about how they had a good position going into this final set, and they're in a situation where it's a 3v4 right now. They do have, some portions of the zone, so they have nothing to worry about when it comes to rotating in. They might also have some cover provided for them, and it's all down to, the will, coming in from the boys from S7 to see if they can actually take this one home. But my goodness, with those 14 kills, going all the way to the boys from Old Guard so far, that shows that they have been absolutely aggressive in this lobby, coming up against several different teams. So they're obviously gingered right there. You can see Rosemary holding on that vector, getting ready for the boys from S7 to take them down quite quickly. Can already beginning to see Lala hopping onto that vehicle, trying as much as possible to get into that zone. They popped out the smoke in several different regions and is looking to provide himself some cover right there, and it's all down to slim margins on who gets that knock. Bounty stands up, but immediately gets taken out by the play zone, and right now it's a 2v4.
2v4, yes sir, make that, yes, a 2v4. Bounty fully taken out. That leaves Old Guards with 15 kills. Remember I was supporting Old Guards in the previous game. Hey, I've carried forward my support for Old Guards to this game. Sector 7, Ni Hao Xing with 1 kill. Of course, he's taking off all his clothes, and you can see his pet, that is the cat, well with him in the battlefield. And Slim Card as well, also with 2 kills. And Ni Hao Xing just gets a knock on Rosemary. Slim Card also tried to get that knock, but my goodness. Old Guard, extremely good there with the cover fires. And of course, Once one was distracting, the others were shooting. Old Guards with the well-deserved victory, sweeping a whooping 17 kills. Lovely stuff from Old Guard with Sector 7 placing second, and then our guys from Citizens placing third. What did you make of the game, and especially the final zone?
Yeah, I thought it was a very great placement from the boys from Old Guards. Just holding that central position going into that final zone, holding those towers, and it allowed them get a lot of kills while several different teams were trying to rotate in, and you can see that evidence in the 17 kills that they got in that final. At the end of the game, right there. So lovely gameplay coming in from Old Guards. Playing that one quite smartly, pushing in, working as a team, and yeah, can't wait to see what the next map does actually provide for us.
Yes, sir. So we take a quick commercial break, guys. We will be right back for the fourth game of the night. Stay tuned, smash that like button, and yeah, see you in a couple of minutes. yeah, Ghanaian pidgin is definitely different from
It's
Nigerian
obviously
pidgin.
a lot harder than our own.
Yeah,
When I
and
hear
it's a
you
lot
people speaking, I
sweeter
can't
by
even
the way.
understand anything.
It's sweeter by the way, just like our Ghanaian jollof. But then again, let's put this fight somewhere and get into the game. So guys, we're watching the fourth game of the night. Oh, sorry, I had the adverts on.
Okay.
So yes, we're
Okay.
watching the fourth game of the night. Clearly, Dream Team have Novopol crates covered. We have 21st Century as well
Yeah.
with military base well secured. Oh, there's fights. Active Gaming. I'll come back to this. Hey, where's Active Gaming? How am I not seeing Active Gaming? Oops.
Might
O2
have been
Brothers
looking
as
for them.
well are in trouble.
Okay, they're in Lipovka. They're in Lipovka.
Lipovka. Okay,
They're
I'm
in
coming.
Lipovka.
And just switch
They're in
to them.
Lipovka. They're in a fight with CLS. So basically, they landed on top of the boys from CLS to try to take them out. So I think what happened in the last game was that CLS landed in their location and took them out. So now the boys from Active Gaming are landing on the boys from CLS
CLS.
and looking to take them out as well, looking to gun them down. They've taken down one of the players from CLS, so they've taken down Manny. Manny has been gunned down, so it's left to Roach, Danny Brown, and Darian. Are we seeing like a rivalry building up between these two, clans right here as they are trying as much as possible to go against each other? You do see them, just trying as much as possible to take on this fight. Roach just backing out of that one quite quickly, but Danny Brown is still close to the rest of the players from Active Gaming right there. You do see them, just looking for the boys from CLS, and to be down to who gets the next knock on this particular one. And the boys from CLS are just pretty much just retreating from this fight a little bit, just trying as much as possible to back down. Well, let's see it. Let's see how it goes.
Well, yeah. While you were, giving spotlight to the Lepovka action, over at Pochinki, O3 brothers were in trouble. Was it Pochinki? Yes, it was Pochinki. O3 brothers were in trouble as they had no in, should I say, their vicinity. But I think O3 brothers have been wiped out. Maybe we can vouch for them and say O3 brothers entered as a duo team. They were just two with Nexus and then Shark. But of course, they've been taken out, and it looks like this semi-finals is not going so well for O3 brothers. Even though on the first day they did very well, but in the subsequent days and matches, they have, put up very little performance or very little nice performance. Serge?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, you can go on.
Definitely, the boys from O3, are a very, very tough clan. They've shown throughout the entire MPL that they are, not just a new team, that they're here to stay. They're here to provide, those quality performances, and they've grown to get the respect of, several different people, in how they've coordinated themselves so far. But right now, taking a look at things right here, you do have the boys from Active Gaming who are continuing their push onto the boys from CLS. You do see Derry just backing out of that position right there. On the kill field, we do see No Gaming getting a knock and going into a fight with the boys from Fear. I do believe that that's happening all the way in Pochinki,
Yes,
and maybe we'll
Pochinki.
just take a look at that quite quickly as it is left with only Stoner for Fear. Fear not having quite an easy one in this particular, semi-finals. Just as you mentioned, the same thing with the boys from O3, as No Gaming are pushing up onto them, trying as much as possible to take them down right there, and it's a very, very tough one for Fear. Can we see a 2v4 clutch coming down right here, or will that be the end for the boys from Fear as No Gaming keeps on converging on?
But honestly, a 2v4 is something I really don't think will be happening. Because and I think there's an imposter in the Fear team. I'm seeing some Jidanu. I'm seeing some Jidanu in the game. But yes, Stoner with the stairwell, gatekeeping, not one, not two. Stoner and bro, your 2v4 prophecy is nearly coming to a close. Stoner not the third person. Oh my god! Is it a squad wife? Stoner! Yay! Stoner! Take it over, take over. I'm so... Whoa.
Oh, what? What just happened? What just happened? What?
Stoner!
Oh my God.
He has a whooping 5 kills, bro. He has 5 kills.
Bro. Words cannot define that. Stoner with the squad wipe. My goodness.
This is premium esports content, bro.
Man. Premium. That has to be the highlight of this entire semi-final, right?
That has to be the highlight of this week, actually. Going on, maybe we'll see insane performance. But bro, he took the first, took the second, and took the third. And as I don't want to use certain words, but as blank as those guys were, they kept on coming through the same staircase. And Stoner was just comfortably chilling, just waiting. Bro, Stoner must be, I don't know. I mean, if I were to be Stoner, I'll just grenade myself and leave. Because I've accomplished what I wanted to do for the day. Doing a squad wipe in a semi-final game, single-handedly, come on. I might as well just quit the game and leave. Because I'm done. Like, honestly, that's how I would have behaved.
Yeah, lovely.
Coming, checking on for is that Active Gaming? Active Gaming are down. I believe they should be facing CLS. These guys, their fights never end. Lipovka is pretty much still an insane place to be, or it's still a place to keep eyes on. Even though Danny Brown is down, he's joined Manny White in the lobby section. Ted Bundy, only man alive, okay, as well as Guard. Ted Bundy and Guard are alive for Active Gaming. CLS Roach getting the heels up to support Derry right there. Ted Bundy approaching. Ted Bundy has been knocked, and we are having the same incident. DBS OP there from Derry. I hope you are watching, Tony. I hope you are experiencing the great DBS action from Derry.
Yeah, great DBS action coming in from Derry. Right now, it's a 1v1 situation. If God can pull up and get that knock, but at the end of the day, it is the boys from CLS who walk away from that one with that win right there, as Derry is able to get that revive. I do feel like God should have gotten that revive, or the guys from Active Gaming should have gotten the revives before making that push. They should have probably been a little bit more cautious about that one. They did have the time to get that revive, quickly. Probably popped out the smokes right there, and just revive their teammates along the way. But sometimes these things do happen. We've seen 2 great gameplays coming down right there from the boys from CLS as well as the boys from Fear. They both have lost 2 players each in this particular one, and now we're down to 14 teams left in the lobby, and it'll be curious to see how things do play out as we continue to go on. But my goodness, lovely stuff going down right here in the MPL semifinals.
Are we safe to say CLS are the kings of Lipovka? Tony, are you there?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, hey, they've won it right now, so
they won it in the previous game too.
No, okay. So in the previous game, they took it all the way on the road from prison.
Okay.
So they've taken out the boys from Active Gaming twice right now. So obviously a rivalry is building up there. It usually happens. I actually don't like clan on clan rivalries, because I feel like it sort of like distracts you away from the actual gameplay that you should be playing. When you take things personal, you sort of like make mistakes rather than just rotate into the zone, and it's not personal, you're just taking on shots to everybody and all that kind of stuff. So for me, I don't usually advise like all those like, oh, this clan, I'm trying to target one person or the other. I don't think it goes well at any point in time. We did mention that quite earlier on in previous games. But anyways, focusing on this game right now, Nexus says, if you want to play MPL finals, DM me now before my players deceive me again. If you want to play MPL finals, DM me now before my players deceive me again.
Remember, we were talking about OT Riders entering handicapped. So there is you see Nexus and then Shark in the comment section, both expressing their pain as to how the other teammates have deceived them of what build out from them.
Yeah, it happens. if I was good enough, I would DM him. I'll be like, yes, I want to play. I want to play.
Well,
I
I
want to
think
play.
I think if OT Brothers can put a contract on my table, I'll be willing to take a look at it. They should put a contract on my table. I am, what's it called? I'm, let me say, a professional player with 25 trophies in my cabinet. As for which trophy is which, you guys don't need to know the trophies. Just see me, put the contract on my table, let me put my CV out, and we'll see how we can do about that. Maybe you guys could see Make playing in the finals. If you look at the comment section, it's blowing up, and I believe they should have seen the Stoner squad wipe by now. You can follow the comment section with me. Clown Gaming or more. Look at that. You guys are all just super excited. Sean X saying, see as them push 1-1. Look at prototype players. Person the best to now. I think seeing a joke. That's from Nagato. Not surprised they're saying, Lord have mercy. Problem no, they finish. The comment is actually interesting to read sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was a very lovely fight coming down between, Stoner. I mean, it was basically Stoner and No Gaming, there in Pochinki, and I mean, it just sent us into a frenzy. There's no one that will watch that will drop, a massive comment right there. But we do see 21 right now, currently getting a knock, onto a player right there and taking him out. I'm not sure what player that actually was.
So that was
But
Ninja from Dark Ninja. That was Ninja who got downed.
Yeah. Yeah, he got down. I do believe there's a player from Fear, 22 King, who probably didn't get into his slot. He's in another slot. He's playing solo, but Fear from another slot. I don't really know what rules there are on things like that when there's another he's still part of the team, but he's just not with his team.
Yeah.
Maybe there are rules against that or for that. I don't know. Whatever.
Yes,
Anyways,
sir.
looking at that zone right now, we do have the boys from Upper Six all the way coming in all the way, between farm and school, trying to get into that zone. And old guards are currently just urging it not too far away from the boys from CLS, and we might see some action coming down between those clans right there as the boys from CLS will be looking to move into that zone. But remember, there are a two-man squad after getting into a fight with the boys from Active Gaming. It does look like Derry is really close to the boys from Old Guards, and we might see a fight coming down there as he's hopping into this vehicle, he's taking on some shots. His HP is really down, but he does decide to backtrack a little bit, go and think a little bit, on the shark and revive himself. Think about your life a little bit. Right now, and try not to get knocked. Try not to get knocked. That's definitely what the boys from Old Guards, that's the message they pass right there. Don't rotate around our region, and it does look like CLS will just leave that position and try to rotate away from it. So lovely gameplay, lovely strats coming down from these teams as everyone is just trying to find their spot right now. We're still in the second zone, and we'll see how things go as we continue to progress.
Yes, sir. As you were pretty much enjoying the map, I was also enjoying the comment section. So let me read some. Yeye says, how una go push stairs one by one? Shonex Scar overpower Uzi. Also, I think Depression says, he's referring to someone else. We can't read that on stream. Rascal says, how the F do you push staircase like that? I think Six was also asking if they didn't even use throwables first, or they were just even pushing and pre-firing. I don't think they even pre-fired. They just ran up the stairs, and I mean, of course, Stoner, I'm sure he was in his elements. He just took all of them down, 1 versus 4. That is definitely the clip of the week. Upper Six should also be getting closer to Old Guards. I believe Rosemary is the closest contact. Rosemary has been locked on behind the shed with Temi from Upper Six looking to get at least some knocks or some taps.
Yeah, definitely right there. I was just reading on the chart going absolutely crazy right now. But Old Guard's coming into a fight right there with the boys from Upper 6. Pop Smoke has gotten taken down. Rosemary as well is currently rocking the ground. And these teams are trying as much as possible to battle, things out. Lala coming in right there, trying to get the revive, jamming his guy, Rosemary. And, just trying as much as possible to, get that revive onto his teammate. Boondar coming in to provide that cover. Deji sending in, the nades right there into that one. And, Deji's at least able to get the confirmation onto Rosemary. Boondar now pushing in aggressively, trying to get a knock onto Surge or Deji. Deji trying as much as possible to get that revive right there, but oh my goodness, the fight going absolutely crazy. Temi rotating around, trying to get another angle onto this boys. How providing some cover from a distance. And right now, things are going absolutely crazy. 2 players from Upper 6 do leave this particular fight. I'm not sure exactly. I think I have a clue why they did that, to prioritize getting into the zone. But it's so funny how they left their guy Deja. We're just like, I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Yeah, they sacrificed Deji there. They sacrificed Deji.
They just sacrificed Deji there, but Deji's grenade there did also some harm to Old Guards. But I believe Rosemary is the only soldier Old Guards have lost. Everywhere else seems calm now on the map. And now I'm taking a quick detour to the comment section as I'm seeing you instigating violence in the chat. Or was that? Oh, that was Priest, sorry. Priest is saying active dashing points to CLS. Sean says pain plus depression is a super combo. I sense some pain. Last day is always a madness. Depression says we know we've been landing there since playoffs, but GG Sha. Wait, no depression. What team does he play for? He's talking about landing at Lipovka. Oh no, that's Pochinki. That's Pochinki. Ah, no gaming were the ones that were wiped from Pochinki, right? Yeah, Fear wiped no gaming out from Pochinki. Yes, so it makes sense what depression is talking about. Cruising with embarrassment.
Yeah. I was just being a little bit violent in the chat because someone came for me. I am Shield was asking me like, who are you? Who are you? So I'm like, you know me. Stop that cap. You know me. You the one who needs some introduction, boy. All right. Let's get back into the game. Things are getting heated up right now as several people just talking about, the CLS versus active gaming fighting. There's several people just be like, oh, CLS better than active or whatever, or active better than CLS. Whatever. It's cool. Great gameplay from everybody regardless. Let's enjoy the show going down right here. There's several different teams, really close to each other right about now, as we do have the boys from Unknown Soldiers and the boys from Vibe Gaming not too far away from themselves. They're just right there off west of Pochinki, and we do see the two of them, just eyeing themselves right now, just waiting for that opportunity to begin to take each other down. All right, and it's about to happen. We still got about 13 teams right here in this particular zone, and I love what I'm seeing because there's a lot of buildings to work with and a lot of cover for so many teams right here, and it's all down to small margins. Get that winner chicken dinner. Let's see how it goes.
Yes, I believe Vibe Gaming have quite a good angle on UNS. I don't think UNS, or maybe you can say they might have heard the shots by now. Genos and then Senior Boy are well positioned in the warehouse. Wait, Senior Boy gets in sight on LZ and wastes no time, or he wastes no chances there. You guys were not seeing the split screen. Sorry, but yeah, you've not really missed anything. Let's just about to begin there with Vibe Ayo with the return fire on Senior Boy. Senior Boy thought he was gonna be doing some Fast and Furious shit, but look at that. Ayo gets a second knock. Is it a day for squad wipes? Ayo gets the second knock. Squad wipe actually. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Vibe with the squad wipe on UNS. Now I believe Stoner should be the one getting the taps on Vibe Gaming. Yes, I was right. Stoner is the one getting the taps on Vibe from the Church of Pochinki. The Holy Catholic Church of Pochinki. Vibe have a total of 2 kills now. You can see, of course, our squad wiper Stoner with 6 kills, and then Tratra having just 1 kill to support. Pochinki is now getting crowded as the second goes by. You can clearly see Outlaws Predators in the zone. Upper 6 are also inside Pochinki. African Legends yet to engage any other team. Toxic in the chat saying, seeing no gaming get 1v4 again in the same NPL is just too funny. Where was the first 1v4 that I missed? Were you by chance?
I think it must have been, maybe it's the same one, or he's saying that they were 1v4 in another tournament or whatever it is. But I mean, see, look, let's stop the cap. For anyone to be in the semifinals of the NPL, there's a certain level of amount of gameplay that you obviously have to, make it all the way to this point right here. So there's no team right here in the NPL that's a noob clan. Okay, if you're doing well, like a clan like No Gaming is, then you're obviously a good clan. Let's forget that the fact that the 1v4 happened, lovely moment coming in from Stoner, but moments will always happen. You win some, you lose some, but they are still a very good team.
Yes, sir. Looking on, Pochinki still getting very crowded. FST have AFL should I say stepping on them, as in other words which I can't use on stream, but it will really sound good with those words. But yeah, AFL are currently sharing on FST, but of course you might has been revived. Pochinki is very hot right now. Yeah, with Stoner obviously still in the church, they haven't pushed yet. Upper 6, on the other hand, are also just around. Temi and then Surge. Pochinki with the buildings more or less looking like a zongo or a bad community. Honestly, if you are caught lurking, you will definitely see the exit door. Prophet at the moment, he should have sight on FST. But yeah, FST have done so well maintaining the full team, as well as others losing their teammates. Fear. Do you think Fear will go on to win the game?
I don't think so. They're holding a two-man clan, two powerful guys though, Tratra and Stoner. Tratra is one of those players, who has had a lot of experience, being in several different teams. At one point he was in a team called Shadowhounds, which, if a lot of people know the history, Shadowhounds is the clan that eventually became Active Gaming today. He used to be Shadowhounds Hunter, and then he was Active Gaming Hunter, and then he moved, I believe, to Rogue Gods. He was Rogue Gods Hunter at some point in time, and now he's Fear Tratra. So if you guys are wondering who Tratra was, that is some background from him. He is one of those, very experienced, very powerful, fraggers within the game, and it's no surprise to see the kind of performances that he's doing right here in the MPL and as well as other competitions. But taking a look at the way things are going right now, we still got about 12 teams all the way in that Pochinki region. Look at how many teams are currently just squashed right there, and okay, we're going to see some mad action very soon.
Yes, sir. I really want to go up in the air as I'm struggling to pick a side to spectate. But yeah, going up in the air, I think everything should be a little bit clearer now. Yep, you can see Serge there receiving shots from African Legends. And now, of course, he has to pay for his sins by going down. Temi, on the other hand, has been left all alone to hold this one out for his team. Outlaws Predators on the other side of the road. Inside Pochinki, and I think they're just chill, they're just calm. FST with No Pain also looking on. No Pain, is there a wipe on upper 6? Yes, sir. Shad, hey, so you see I didn't think Outlaws Predators were engaging, but Shad got the chance and just took upper 6 on, and that helped with the squad wipe on upper 6. Now African Legends are edging closer to FST. I believe No Pain is the closest right there. Stoner and Tratra still holding the church area very, very well, as they're not really pushing. No Pain, as you can clearly see with me, he is retreating. He's retreating to regroup with his teammates.
Man, it definitely is, very sticky situation for a lot of these teams who are currently within the situation. Remember, TP is all the way in that other side of the map. You still got Shad and his brothers holding it down, and they can take no shots onto several different people, who are looking to make their way into that zone right here. Into that zone, for that zone. Right now is where things now begin to get really interesting. The boys from TP and AFL have got to make the move into that zone as well. FST is already beginning to make the rotation. Fear has already gone in. Vibe Gaming is holding a good spot within that zone, and we're curious to see how several different of these players now begin to hold their own down. Fear is already holding a position within that line, and you do see the boys from FST now trying to make their way in, as Stoner can now begin to take on shots onto the boys, and he takes down easy. No Pain is able to make his way all the way into the compounds right there, and it's a very tough one, MK. It's a very tough one for a lot of these guys to make their way into the zone.
Yes, sir. Outlaws Predators, as I was also watching on, they have just committed suicide and they've all died in the zone. Stoner gets his seventh. He gets his 7th kill of the night, and I believe that kill was on Valley. Stoner is definitely cruising to victory here, bro. He is on fire today. Stoner is definitely in his elements. Unsullied Army, they entered as a trio today. Jesse, Bumsy, and then Stars. But of course, they're nowhere near the action I'm looking for, so I'll switch away. But we'll be back to check on Unsullied Army. Here, rocking 9 kills. And as I said earlier, you see, I mentioned that I don't mind putting my money on Fear. They are actually proving me right. Good positioning as well as great gunfights. Stoner single-handedly with 8 kills, and then Tratra still retaining his single kill. Vibe 2 Bougie carrying 7 grenades. Hopefully those grenades come to a better use for him.
You have to have a certain mindset to be carrying 7 grenades. Obviously, they need to check that guy. He obviously has, Boko Haram tendencies to be carrying 7 grenades. Some action coming on between, the boys from 21 sending on shots onto the boys from Vibe Gaming and several different clans. 21 came into this game with a 3-man squad. You do have Agati, Pharaoh, and Rash holding things down. We do see Agati just spamming shots onto the boys from UA as well. But this is where things now begin to get interesting. Fear with Stoner and Tratra moving into that zone and trying as much as possible to hold it down right there. And Stoner and Tratra, they're doing a lot for their clan. From being in a situation where they have gotten taken down to now being in a situation where they actually get taken out in 6th or 7th place right there. It's a very, very good one, for them at the end of the day. It could have gone worse than that, but at least they got themselves some massive, massive points so far.
Yes, sir. Not forgetting how Unsullied Army have also been wiped out by Vibe Gaming while Fear were being taken on. So yeah, Fear have done a good job today. It could have gotten worse, as you said, but yeah, they should be settling for maybe the 6th or 5th position. I think that should do it for them. 4 teams remaining in the 7th zone. 21st Century entered as a trio. They are still holding up their end of the bargain with Agate, Rush, and then Pharaoh all alive. Pharaoh just got the kill on Roach. And have you realized Vibe Gaming are maintaining their full? They are a team of 4, and they are still pretty much in the game with a total of 5 kills. It's a 3-way fight, by the way. Let me try and go up in the air so you guys can have a feel of what is happening. You can clearly see 21st Century with the hill advantage, and of course, in the defensive side, Dream Team have the building all covered. You might be naive, or you might be just quick to judge and say that Dream Team are going to have this one in their bag. But of course, Vibe Gaming are also well alive with the numbers. They are also in the numbers, or let me say they're in the eastern side of where 21st Century are. And do look at that. Agate just knocked 2 Bougie, and Archer also with the return knock on Agate. Archer from Dream Team, I believe.
Ooh, lovely gameplay coming in from these guys right here. The boys from DT have got to find themselves into that zone. Can already begin to see them popping in the smokes as they do start to proceed in. Archer's gotten a knock onto one of the players from Vibe Gaming. Ayo has been taken down. Obviously, he'll be looking to get that revive from Supremo. Jesus pulling up onto that position where Pharaoh and Ratch are currently situated. They're trying as much as possible to keep themselves alive in this particular game. But Pharaoh is getting a knock right there as that nade coming in from Jesus just sent him into the ground. Is left with Ratch. Ratch trying to get that heal just in time and get that revive onto Pharaoh. That's a very tough one, very tough position because as the boys from Vibe Gaming are currently holding a very good angle in this one. DT also trying to come into the mix right there. They're trying to get into that zone, but boom, Supremo goes down. DT is now turning things around, and it's just left with Vibe Jesus in this particular game, and he is the last one for his team. And McKay, do you think we're going to see a 1v3 in this particular situation? A lovely gameplay coming in from Jesus, or at the end of the day, we're going to see the boys from DT take home this game?
We're in a position in the world where, I mean, we're not really supposed to doubt Jesus, but bro, 1 versus 3 on the battlefield. Of course, we all expect Jesus to do miracle, and he nearly knocks one down, but now they know where he is. Jesus knocks one down successfully. Bro, I think Archer is going in, but of course, Jesus can't be performing miracles on the battleground all the time, especially in PUBG Mobile terms. Good stuff there from the boys. Can you take us through the standings?
Yeah, lovely one coming in from the boys from DT, playing this game absolutely safe, going into the final circle and storming things down. I thought that they would not win that one, considering the boys from Vibe Gaming had the hill advantage, and they might have been able to take on everyone because they could see where they were coming from. But DT played that absolutely smart, smoking their area. Lucy Star got a knock onto Supremo, and that entirely turned the game around. So lovely one, lovely stuff from them right there. We've seen several different action coming down in this particular game. We'll be going into our final game of the night in a moment. Now we'll just take some advert from our sponsors and we'll be right back for some more.
Yes, sir. Tony, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Tony. Is it, I think I might have taken out, what's it called? The microphone, but I fixed it back. Yes, guys. So this is the final game of today. This is the final game of today.
It said match server did not respond. Okay, wait.
Match server did not respond. I mean, the game.
I couldn't. Okay. I've been able to get him back.
Oh, okay.
I've been able to get him back.
That's nice. That's nice.
I'm hearing a fan in your background. Like, it's very heavy.
It's very heavy. I'm coming. I think the microphone has changed.
Yeah, like
the microphone has changed to that of my laptop.
Okay.
Is it better now? Is it better?
I'm seeing a I mean, I don't hear the fan. Like, I think is your laptop fan or something.
Was it there before?
Not really. Is it on the right mic now?
Hold on, I'm coming. Hello? Is it better?
Yeah, it's better.
It's better
Okay, I think the Discord mic was still on the laptop mic.
The laptop mic, I'm sure that's why. But it's better now.
Yeah, it's better now. Your Discord, your OBS mic is on the right one too, Abby.
Yeah. The OBS mic is on the right one.
Okay. All right. So we can take a look at the game.
Let me just quickly get the map up on the screen for our viewers. But of course, you can start taking us through the landing positions of our teams.
All right. Lovely gameplay coming in that last one. We saw so much action going down. Actually, in that last game, it was not Active Gaming that pushed CLS.
Okay.
It was CLS that pushed Active's location. Actually, that was actually Active Gaming's spot, and it was CLS who actually landed on them. But looking at that Pochinki again, we do have the boys from No Gaming and Fear Esports, right back again. So No Gaming is either coming for some or they're actually going to get some revenge. We'll see how this one actually does play out. We'll see how it goes out. So they're back for some more love, for some
more romance, bro.
Some more romance and hugging. We'll see how it plays out right there. We'll keep an eye on that particular one. Right there in Yasnaya, we do have, of course, as usual, the boys from Upper Six and UA. I think No Gaming and Fear need to learn from UA and Upper Six. They are very cool neighbors. They just do their thing, then drive away like bye bye, see you later, talk to you later. Just do their thing.
Exactly. They cause very little trouble for each other. They don't really ruin each other's plans for the game. But for Fear and then No, let's see. I believe Stoner is getting closer. So Stoner is more or less massaging and romancing No. So I mean, as he gets closer to No, let's see how best No will respond. Will they call it a form of abuse? Will they call it rape? Or are they going to respond back with some and you know how they do it, or how they did it in the previous game? Let's see as Guns from No watches on.
All right. They're already beginning to inch closer to each other as Stoner is already getting really close to the boys from No Gaming. We saw a lot of beautiful gameplay coming in at that step and the last one. But this time around, the boys from No Gaming are getting prepared as Emperor, Guns, Beebs are holding it down. E-Star is about to come in and join the action right there. You can see all of them. 2 players from this team actually are holding the and you know what happens when it has begun. It has begun. And Beebs gets taken down.
By who else? Who else?
Okay.
Stoner Stoner getting his, his rubber on. He's trying to get ready for action as he knocks one down. And mwah, mwah, mwah has already begun. Because this is more or less a mutual consent. So No definitely, hey, No has an Emperor cooking a grenade, by the way.
Right, Emperor cooking that grenade is able to take down half of Outcast HP. And it's a very tough one because Beams is trying to cross the road to that other place and get an angle onto them. But right now it's a tough one. I do feel like E-Star should just get into one of those buildings and provide support for his team right now. That's the only thing that's probably going to keep them alive. We're curious to see how this fight does end. Everyone's just trying to hold things down, waiting for who's going to make that mistake. Guns and the rest. Like, for me, yeah, if I was in this situation, what would I do if I was no game in this situation?
Okay.
I mean,
with the track
I'll
record,
fight and I'll fight and I'll die, Sha. That's me. I know I'll fight and die. That's me, Sha.
But if I was in no gaming, yeah, seeing that my teammate, that is Bibbs, has been knocked by Stoner, not anybody else, Stoner. Come on, I'll just pack my bags and retreat. Honestly, what are you going to fight for? Your dignity? You've already embarrassed yourself in the previous game. There's no comeback from this one. It was a squad wipe.
Oh my God. Hey. Anyways, while the two of them are trying to get there, we can actually turn the second screen onto the boys from Sidizens and keep an eye on that as Bego has gotten taken down by the boys from TP. It does look like, the boys from Sidizens are going to be hopping into Bego, Malala and 11 trying to pull up onto, that position right there to try to get that revive onto their teammate who has gotten taken out. Okay, it's not Bego who got taken out. It was actually Ted who got taken down, and they're trying to all pull up onto that location to provide some support and see if they can get a revive. But my goodness, there's something else that I am seeing. Yeah, am I seeing properly? Because I didn't zoom in well. Okay, yeah, I don't know about it. I thought UA and this guy fight. But yeah, continuing that fight right there. Tratra is down, Stoner's HP is low, and No Gaming is still trying to fight it on in this particular one.
They are trying to definitely redeem themselves. Chacha bleeding out, Outcast out, I believe. So Creed bleeding out, and No Gaming take Chacha out now. Until Stoner is down, I don't think Fear are completely handicapped. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see how it's gonna pan out. Let me go back to Stoner. I believe Stoner has gone to his favorite position. Staircase.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Remontanda.
Staircase position. And we'll see if we do get some deja vu right here and see if he is able to take them down. You do see the boys from Fear trying to possibly to hold it down right now as it's down to a 3v3 situation. And exactly what do you think is going to go down? Are the boys from No Game going to
Emperor? Oh my God!
Gets the knock right there, but Emperor providing the help right there for his team and is able to get a knock. And I do believe he is going for that finish onto Stoner, and he gets it. Maybe that's the revenge that they wanted. Maybe they wanted that revenge onto Stoner, and they got it right there. But Emperor is still holding on to fight. The boys from No Gaming are not giving Fear an easy one right here as they are downing them. He does get that finish right there. And is still making that push. Emperor is still holding it down. He's trying to get across to that building. King is running. He's running. He goes up that step, trying to bait him. But it doesn't work. Nobody's going up that step. Not going up that step. See, Emperor. He tries as much as possible to jump through the window, but the button does not work. And he's still trying again. The button still does not work. It takes a little bit of his HP this time around, and King is looking like he can win this one. He does win that particular one.
Who? See, for a moment, I was thinking No Gaming have got that revenge figured out. See how they took Stoner out, lobbied him instantly, Chacha out, Outcast out, and King, I must say, King might have just given a huge sigh after getting that last wipe on No. Revenge. But of course, Fear maybe succeeded a little, but of course, they failed in the end because King had a different approach for them. Let's check on Citizens. I believe they are also calling for our presence in the kill feed. They are struggling to make ends meet with Outlaws Predators. They've lost Tida, and then Outlaws Predators as well have lost Shad.
Yeah. All right, so lovely one for them right there. As the boys from Fear put up a good fight against No Gaming, as it was looking like they were going to get taken out at some particular point in time. I mean, at some point in time, it looked like it was No Gaming that were going to get taken out. As you know, they lost Beeps early on right there to Stoner. But they put up a good fight. They bounced back at some point. It was now 2 players left for Fear, and somehow King was able to fight. I feel like it was when Emperor tried to jump the window, and King reduced his HP a little bit, and that provided King with that situation to get back in that one. But Fear's down to 1 player. Man, rivalries like this, I always say this thing, like I don't like rivalry gameplays, because I feel like it just ends up in situations like this, all this, like, even if I win, I'm down to 1 guy, all this kind of thing. So I usually feel like if I'm contesting a drop spot with someone, I just move somewhere else, man. I just move somewhere else, because like at the end of the day, it doesn't benefit any of them, regardless of the fact that they got kills. It really doesn't, benefit.
How many points per kill? Is it not like 1 point per kill?
Yeah, it's 1 point.
So why would you risk it all for just some 1 or 4 points? I mean,
yeah. It's not really. It's not. I don't think you should be landing on people's drop spots.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be doing that. But that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments right there. Do you guys think it is worth it to take on this kind of fights? I know we love to see it, right? We love to see it. Like, the spectacle is like really great when you see huge fights like this. It looks very interesting. You see the squad vibes, you see interesting things like someone trying to jump out the window, it doesn't work, and they get taken out. It's fun for us to see, but for the team, is it actually worth it? Them taking on those kind of fights. Let me know what you guys think in the comments right there, as we do still have 14 teams right here. Look at where DT is situated, guy. Look at where DT is.
They're enjoying the blue zone inside Novopool. But then let's get to Yasnaya. I think
that blue juice.
Yep, they're getting the blue juice. Let's get to Yasnaya, where Dream Team, they've always parted ways with Unsullied Army at Yasnaya, but it looks like today they are getting the heat on. Dream Team have Unsullied Army locked in this, is that 8-story building or whatever? But yeah, they have them locked in. Is that what?
It's actually upper six.
Sorry, upper six.
Yeah, I actually can't blame them for making the push right here, because I don't know why. I mean, usually you would find that UA has left this region by this time, but they're still here, and they're just a 2-man squad. Jesse wasn't able to join this one, as well as I think Felzy.
No, not Felzy. Felzy is in Vibe.
Oh, Felzy is in Vibe.
It's Butcher, Jesse, Trap, and then Bombsy.
Butcher, Chelsea, yeah, exactly. Thanks for that one. So Butcher and Jesse not able to join this particular game right here. So it's a situation where they're in a 2v4. But there's also a team rotating around them on the boys from S7, so they might provide some distraction, which might enable the boys from UA to get out of this particular situation. And you can already see one of the players from opposite taking it out as Surge goes down right there, and Trap trying to steal that kill. Sleazy right there. I see you, and you need yourself.
Yes, sir. Ni Hao Tin got that knock on Surge, and of course Surge has to now wait for the help from his teammates. Should I say Unsullied Army got comfortable, in as much as they got uncomfortable as well, trying to hold upper 6, but now 67 have entered the scene. I think upper 6 are retreating. Checking on my upper 6 have retreated. Check your map, bro. Upper 6 are nowhere near the fight. Now they've left it for Unsullied Army and Sector 7.
We're going to see a very interesting 2v4 going down here, or are we going to see the boys from, Unsullied Army somehow make their way out of this situation? They're sort of in that center, so they don't have to move anywhere. The boys from Upper Six, have sort of like retreated away from that one. So I don't think that we're going to see much happening there. But taking a look at the boys from TP getting into a fight. I do believe they're in a fight with the boys from Citizens.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Citizens haven't gotten, that winner chicken dinner. Maybe this is a game where they begin to get into that vibe. You can see Steroid jumping out of the building right there. Bego takes him down. And right now the boys from TP are down to just the one player. They're down to just Snow, who's trying to hold that defense. But ooh la la, that nade from the left one. Oh man. Lovely stuff.
That was a well-cooked grenade, and that leaves Citizens rather on fire, with Outlaws Predators in trouble. Remember, they were going to face each other, and then they retreated, they separated, and they somehow came to meet once again, and look at them. They've actually died out. But yeah, Angels and Demons also heading closer to Yasnaya. Why is Yasnaya more or less the point of call or the point of action tonight? Or let me say, in this final game, it looks like Yasnaya is just calling the other teams. They're just calling each other closer and closer. More or less like there's a magnet right in the center of Yasnaya.
Yeah.
Dream Team as well should have Citizens logged on. Let's have a look at them to see. Yes, we have it. 11 is already giving the pre-fire on Chris, as of course he's reduced Chris's HP there. But then I saw something in the comments. There's a live table in the chat. So Priest giving the live table, he says as it stands,
Oh, nice.
CLS have 57 points, Fear have 49,
nice.
Unsullied Army have 46, Sector 7 have 44 points, and then African Legends with 37, and then First Arctics having 32 points. That is the live table as it stands.
Okay, so I'm assuming that these are the bottom teams, fighting for points to move up on that leaderboard right there. So thanks to Priest, OP Priest, OP Priest giving us some mad vibes. Right there, Priest, of course, Citizens, leader, OP caster, OP, OP legend. I don't even know why Priest doesn't play anymore, because at some point he was one of the best players within the community.
Oh, okay.
But Priest, showing his talents in several other ways right there, and being an absolutely amazing admin, in several different communities. All right here, taking a look at the way things are currently building up. We do see the boys from Citizens who might have gotten into a fight with the boys from DT now hopping into the vehicles and looking to rotate into that zone. We still got about 13 teams right here. Yes, now you're still within that region, within the zone. CLS is already beginning to make their move. You do see the boys from FSC as well making their move into that region around where the boys from CLS are at. Active Gaming also rotating along those lanes as well. We might see a fight going down there, so there's a lot of fights that might happen. DT is rotating along the same pathways with Citizens. AFR is rotating towards the same location where UNS are currently situated. Active Gaming, FST, CLS as well might come into a fight. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it builds up.
Well, we're just experiencing Drake. Drake was giving or calling out shots, I believe, to is that UNS? Yes, sir. He was calling out shots to UNS as the fight has been activated. Table as it stands, CLS still have the highest points, that is 57, and I believe they should be standing the chance in entering the finals. I believe so. So as you rightly said, if Priest can confirm for us in the chat, this is the bottom half of the table who are fighting to earn a spot in the finals. But yeah, things are pretty heated. Ooh, grenade from Josh on Drake. That finally takes him out. Now we have Wicked also down. That leaves Dollars, the last man standing. Of course, he knocks Senior Boy, takes him out. That leaves Genos. Genos is nowhere near. Let me go back and see Josh. Josh is going in. Of course, Josh is just around where Wicked is. If he does what I was thinking he was gonna do. So he just chested on Wicked, And of course, AFL have now been reduced to 2, while UNS also are reduced to a team of 2. Angels and Demons, with Hunter trying to press Josh as he's just spamming his shots from that long range. Unsullied Army still at Yasnaya, they've not moved an inch. We have Upper 6 and then Sector 7 trying to move around the lake around Yasnaya to enter the safe zone. Active Gaming, on the other hand, I believe will be engaging Citizens. If you can hop on with me. Yes, Ted Bundy having full sight on Citizens, where 11 and Kumalala are trying to head into the zone.
That's definitely something that makes my heart beat. Because if there's any clan that I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to be facing them early on is, Citizens. Those guys are really smart, are very smart. Whenever I see them coming in, close to anyone, I'm like, ooh, let's pray. Let's have a moment of silence. I remember those wild breed days. I remember those wild breed days, and I still get those goosebumps. But anyways, just taking a look at the way things are currently situated, I do believe you do see the boys from Active Gaming. Surge is sort of like in a position where he's flanked far and wide away, and you can now see that Ted Bundy, he's up on, that, I don't know what to call this, whether it's a tower or whatever, trying to, get some cover. Surge is in a position where things he needs to be really careful, probably up the level and just trying to get into his zone, because he's now in that blue. As you can see now, he's hopped into the vehicle. Now be looking to get into that zone, while the boys from Citizens on their sides onto DT and try as much as possible to take him down. But Surge now goes down, as we were talking about right there, as that being a very, very, very dangerous situation for him. But the boys from Citizens now putting up onto this location right here and trying as much as possible to see if they can get a couple of knocks. They and Citizens are looking to move up into this particular location right about now, and it's a tough one for both clans right here. Are they gonna just hop in and try to get into that zone? You do see Bego driving into his vehicle and looking to just rotate away from that position, and Ted Bundy now looking to just run away from that tower and maybe hop into his vehicle and get into that zone too, as well, as they're down to just a 3-man squad. And it's a tough one for a lot of these clans, who are now trying to rotate into that circle, as there's not a lot of buildings to work with, and we might be seeing teams just trying to crash onto buildings right there. So who are you rooting for? Who are we going to give our caster scores? But in the meantime, it does look like AFL has a clan right next to them, and violence is about to happen. Tune. Unknown Soldiers versus the boys from AFL.
Yes, sir. Unknown Soldiers, of course, Prophet currently for AFL is losing HP. I believe he was pushing Josh, and then Genos has been down. That leaves Josh, the last man. Josh trying some jump shots. I believe those jump shots are yet to register some knocks, but of course, AFL with dollars getting that good return fire, and that wipes them out. But it's not over. It's not over, as we have Angels and Demons approaching the scene. If you are watching on, you can currently see Falcon, who has full sight on them. I don't think Prophet and Dollars will be expecting any company yet. But of course, Falcon should have given the scout report by now. I believe Hunter is also heading into that yard, as he can, of course, clearly see active smokes, which tells you the story that, yes, there are teams there who just finished fighting. Omo, this last game go choke. Priest, that is from Godier in the chat. Why is Godier not playing? Citizens are in the game, but I don't think Godier entered the game. Interesting. Yeah. If Godier can give us that quick answer in the chat, we'll be very glad to know why he isn't part of his team.
OP Godier. All right. We're still down to 12 teams right here in the lobby. You can see that zone is already beginning to choke. As the boys from Fear, or I believe that one player from Fear is also trying to rotate into that zone as well. Is already beginning to take on shots, as the boys from S7 are sending on shots. This is absolutely breaking my heart, knowing what he fought to get to this point in time. But nobody send you. Nobody send you. They will lobby you.
And nobody lobbying him.
You see how I said that? Nobody sent you. There was nobody that lobbied him. See the point right there.
Definitely enjoying this last game, bro. All of today's games have been fire, and I'm definitely enjoying co-casting with you, bro. We're doing a very, very great team, or we are a great team, let me put it. That, yeah, we're seeing Sector 7 with their 2 kills for now. Of course, they are holding up their entire team. Upper 6 as well are trying to hold off CLS. CLS, I believe, should be in contention for that top spot, as they currently have 57 points with our leaderboard president, Priest, who is updating us in the comments section. Pop Smoke, of course, still holding out, but Citizens on the kill feed. Where are they? Where are you, Citizens? Citizens are always that violent type. And bro, as you rightly said earlier on, Citizens are on the road to victory in this last game, as they've already swept 10 kills.
So Citizens holding a lot of kills. If we do turn on to FST, you can see there's a fight coming down between FST and the boys from DN, as DN is down to their last guy. They're down to just Ninja. Ninja is trying as much as possible to hold things down for this team. They got the third party coming in from the boys from Active Gaming. They're in a fight with the boys from FST, and my goodness, it is a very tough time for a lot of these teams. We're down to 10 teams right here, and the lobby, you can see Valley getting a knock right there onto a couple of players from Active Gaming, and Active Gaming is now down to 1 player, as they were in a surprise coming down, from FST taking out a couple of guys right there. So it's a tough one for a lot of these teams, as the boys from Active right here take on the boys from FST, and FST has now pulled up onto that building where Ted Bundy is currently situated at, and they're looking to come in up from that step and take them on. I'm not sure exactly why Ted Bundy is not watching that step, or
he's focused as he just got the knock on Valley, and now he has to deal with that Yomite. Yes, he has to deal with Yomite, who now prioritizes entering the safe zone rather than going after Ted Bundy. Of course, Ted Bundy also has to, and there's a vehicle for Ted Bundy who can just comfortably enter the safe zone and secure position for his team. In as much as he's getting shot from behind, he now has the entry into the safe zone. But let's check on upper 6. Oh no, I believe that should be CLS. CLS?
He could stay here though. He could stay here. There's not much to disturb him from staying here. Although there's a player that has come, bitter one. Oh, it's all right. He gets taken out. All right. So we're down to 6 teams left in this particular one. The boys from Citizens still got themselves a 2-man squad. They're still looking good. The boys from CLS looking quite good in this particular game, as they're down to 7. As they still have a few squads, but they're down to 7 kills right now. Popping on shots onto the boys from upper 6 right there, as you do see Manny getting another knock. And right now it is violence upon violence. CLS holding this building right here, so they've got the only building that's in the zone, so they can hold this for quite a while and continue to make their push on. But I don't understand why Manny has to do this, as he's making his push onto this location where upper 6 are currently at. He's taking the risk, and I don't know if his IGL sanctioned this, but the boys from CLS are moving onto this position right here. I don't think they should have do this. I don't think so, but I think they should have held it for a while. They have a player who's currently downed and has been lobbied, Danny Brown. I think that was a risk. They probably have now lost their numbers, and Pop Smoke is right there in front of Manny, and if he takes down Manny, it might become a very tough position for them. But he's got some help by Roach, and that allows him to take it down.
Did you just see? Goodness. Did you just see 11? I'm sure you were not watching, but 11 just single-handedly took out a different team, now pushing Citizens to a whooping 17 kills. 17 solid kills for Citizens. You can clearly see 11 taking on Derry once more, reducing his HP, but bro, Deji for Upper Six, on the other hand, is the Lone Ranger in the lobby trying to survive. Manny YT, I believe Manny should be getting closer to, is that 11? Or I think that should be Beverly. A grenade goes in, but Manny has to now switch his position. Yeah, quick one. Who do you think is finally going to win? Is this Citizens the obvious choice, or do you think Upper Six is going to cause an upset?
I think I'm going to give my money to Citizens in this one, even though they're just a two-man squad. You know, Bego and 11 are, you know, very are on fire right now, and all they have to do is take on one player from CLS, and that opens up this game entirely. But if one of them takes a knock, takes a hit, then it would just turn things around. Manny's taking in some damage, and he goes down right there. And this is exactly what the boys from Citizens will be hoping for, as they will be hoping, you know, that one player goes down right there. Now reduces things to, you know, pretty much a fair situation where now it is a 2v1, and you can see 11 just pulling up quite close out to that position where Derry is currently situated at, and he would then be trying as much as possible to throw in a nade or so into that position. But now I do believe Manny has now been gotten back up. The nades are flying in all directions, and do see 11 just hopping into the way again as well, and now can turn his sights onto Derry to try and take Derry out. Trying to get that knock, and 11 OP! What is this gameplay? What is this? But now they've got to get into that zone. You see them holding that edge, but
Citizens have bottled this.
Deji.
You see what I was talking about?
Spoiler.
You see the upset I was asking for from Deji, and there you have it. Deji there with the well-planned upset on Citizens. Look at that. Deji gets a knock. 1 versus 1 now, making it a fair fight. Oh my God. What are we going to see here but Manny with a good return fire? And that gets the win for CLS. Wow, I think CLS have cemented their position on that live leaderboard Priest was talking about in the chat.
All right, great stuff coming down from all these teams. I mean, it was a magnificent gameplay coming in from Citizens, you know. But they, at that particular moment, Deji just came in and got those 2 kills on 11 and Bego. Deji, absolutely amazing gameplay at that particular moment. But lovely stuff. You can't take anything away from the way CLS played this particular game and got that winner chicken dinner, getting themselves 8 kills. No, 9 kills along the way right there. So lovely stuff. It has been a fun day. I do hope we were able to entertain you quite well right there on the chart. Well, yeah, lovely game, man.
Lovely game, lovely stream. I enjoyed every bit of it, and I hope our viewers also enjoyed hosting us. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Any final words for the chat? Any toxic words? Anything to keep the chat fighting while we end the stream?
I mean, nah, nothing really. Everybody, you've all been amazing. You've all been great. Even those people that were trying to say 1 or 2, you know, nonsense. Even your nonsense was good, you know. Even those people trying to troll me, even the trolling was sweet, you know. So yeah, great stuff coming down from everybody. Thanks for joining the chat, and yeah, let's get into the finals, and we'll see how, you know, all the teams play. But congratulations to all the teams who made it all the way into that finals. I can't wait for it to start, and yeah, let's see who we're going to crown the champion of the NPL.
Yes, sir. Honorable mention to Fiestona, my MVP for the day and for the week. Fiestona?
Yeah, definitely.
You did a very good job, bro. And yeah, keep it up. Hopefully, we see you guys soon on the finals. Thank you all for joining. My name is Citizen Maki, and I streamed with
Axfire.
Yes, sir. We are your co-casters. And yeah, we see you in the finals. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Have a good night, everyone.